dreams. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la.
Still having the issues with the audio. I don't know if I'm going to be live for long. This shit, my charger's not working. It's not working, and it's at 22%. So, I don't effing know. Why is it not charging? So annoying. Why are you not charging? I think it's because this is where I fuck up. I keep using my computer charger to charge my handy dandy fan that's on my coffee table that I need on most of the times. And I think that's what's screwing me up. Y'all won't believe how many chargers I've been through in the past year. Okay. But I'm trying to get it fixed. And I just gave the neighbor kid my other charger. Great job, right? You don't have to wait. Try to figure this biatch out. Come on, dude. I need you to work. I mean, I can use my phone charger, but it ain't gonna do much. Wait, is it? It acted like it wanted to just... I don't know. It's not acting like it's going to charge. Is someone else live right now, by the way? I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes. Well, people that matter. If someone else is live, I'll just wait and go live later. But... oh, my God. Sorry, I do have stuff to say. Just give me a minute. Oh, my goodness gracious. I don't know if I can say live. It's not charging. Yeah, to the people I care about, I don't see anybody live. So, hey, Kendra. Girl, I'm trying to get my computer to charge before I start talking, but it is not participating. And it's like working. Give me a second. Look, here's the thing about this fucking place. They have the outlets so freaking loose that the chargers fall out easy peasy, right? One little touch, boom, it falls. I've complained to maintenance. I said, I need all my outlets are super loose. Nothing will stay in. And we can't use extension cords. Like, oh, yeah, we don't care about that. We only care if they work. We only care if they work. They don't work because you can't keep anything charged or anything plugged in. But whatever, nonetheless. I'm trying to fix that. So I always have to mess around with them. Because it could be this outlet, or It could be the outlet, or it could be the charger. And the outlet will go in and out from time to time. So hell if I know. But yeah, does anybody else slap before I start? Because I don't want to piss anybody off. My computer. If I use my computer charger on anything else, it will eventually make this one not work. I have bought so many chargers. Y'all will not believe how many chargers I go through in a year. I go through so many chargers, I have to use it as a tax write-off. Because I go through so many. I kid you not. It's a tax write-off at the end of the year because I go through so many chargers. Girl, nobody's getting their notifications. It's my punishment for talking about someone that doesn't exist. That's what I get for speaking about the dead. Hi, Ms. Wendy. Hey, M to the B. Hey, Kendra. Hey, Bush Watchers. Dude, my nerves are jittery. I took a energy pill this morning, like these, what's it called? Jet Alert. It says on it, when alertness is required, Jet Alert, double strength caffeine. Stay awake with easy take caffeine. That's stupid. 90 caplets. Safe as coffee, non-habit forming. But I'm jittery. My nerves are shot. This is why I don't do Red Bull. This is why I don't do energy drinks, because it does this. That's why this morning I was like, because I took Jet Alert because I didn't get much sleep. And I should have known better, but I had shit to do today and no energy. So it is what it is. I just have to deal with it. So anyways, I don't know what a stalker said. I don't know, y'all. The police and the DA are watching everything she says. I'm just going to let them deal with it. But I will say this, until the day I die, doesn't fucking matter to me anymore. Do whatever you need to do, because nothing will change the facts of what your mama thinks about you, what your daughter thinks about you, what a lot of people think about you. It's not going to change the facts. It's not going to change the fact the shit you did to your child or your mother. That right there will always make me know I'm better than you. And you're nobody. You're in no fucking position to ever judge me, ever in my fucking life. And you're always like, if you tell lies about me, I'm going to tell the truth about you. You have yet to tell a single truth about me. Every fucking thing you've ever said about me has been lies. So far, everything you said has been lies, except suicide. Honestly, 90% of the shit you said has been blatant fucking lies, and I've proved it all the fucking time. But you just want to keep repeating it. Go ahead. That's on you, because they ain't going to change the facts. The facts are the facts. And the facts have proof on your end with text message proof. So, again, don't tell no lies about me. I won't tell the truth about you. Isn't that your favorite line? Isn't that the line you've been saying for a year now? If she's going to lie about me, I'm going to tell the truth about her. I'm going to tell the truth that you try to kill your son. When I already proved that it happened. You're an addict. Already proved that's not true. You never went through DV. Proved that wasn't true. You lied on this stand. That's not true. Every fucking, you are a slut. That never fucking happened. What else she accused me of? I mean, everything under the fucking sun. And it's all been disproven with actual court documents and receipts from government officials, aka CPS workers. Okay. And they did investigations. They're trained to do investigations to see through people's bullshit and lies. And they cleared my name every fucking time. Like I said, the only thing they couldn't clear was the fact that I did try to take my life when my son was asleep. That's it. So anything else you fucking said about me is blatant lying. You kiss my ass. So how about you just quit? Because I got a whole lot of audio that'd be really interesting for people to listen to. Or leave me the fuck alone already. And by the way, y'all, what started this is I got an email. Let me see what time I got the email. Give me 1 minute. Just so I got an email. I don't go looking at said person's page. I'm not a member to their channel. I never paid for a membership to the channel, nor would I fucking pay for a membership to their channel. I have paid memberships only to 2 people in months. Well, no, 3. And that's been Jen, John, and Heidi. And the reason I paid for John's is because I was trying to get those group chats months ago. And I just canceled it like 2 or 3 days ago. So don't worry, it's canceled now. But I got it for that reason. And I got Heidi's to watch her members only stream because it was about airing out all the shit that you know who did. And then Jen's I did because I just wanted to support her, of course. But yeah, I don't do memberships. I can do memberships channel. I just normally don't. 1, because I'm always like budgeting. But 2, you're doing me a favor, y'all members. Most of you, you're doing me a favor. Not friends, people I get along with, people I can't stand. I love it when you go to members. Good. I don't want a bunch of people hearing your bullshit as lies. So out of sight, out of mind when you do that shit. Anywho's, what was it? Okay, let me see. The message I got was last night at 12:42 a.m. A screenshot of a certain, hey, Martin's mommy, happy belated Mother's Day. A screenshot of a certain person trying to accuse me of being on knocked out on pills because I didn't go live last night because I went to bed at a normal hour. Like I said, I'm sorry we're not all hyped up on Adderall, liquor, and green grass that we got our children to go buy from us from dealers. We're not all hyped up with it. We don't all do that shit. And to the person who left a comment, well, you quit acting like smoking green is something bad. The goofy grass is something bad. It's not bad if it's legal where you live. It's not bad if you're not a nurse taking care of other patients and under the influence of shit. It's not bad if you don't ever drive while on it. It's not bad if you're not having a child go get it for you and your spouse to get fucked up on. Then it's not bad. You're right. If you're doing it where it's legal and you don't have other people to look after and you're not behind the wheel and no children are involved, I won't have something to say about it now, will I? So to the person that left a comment, if you were just saying that just grass in general, I don't think it's bad. In general, I don't. But the laws are laws for a reason. And if it's legal in that state, you should not be fucking with it when you have kids to take care of. Because CPS will remove them with you having that in your system in that state. They will. They will remove your kids if you have that in your system in that state. So you want me to not say it's bad with all those other parts added to it? Nope. You're never going to change my mind. But as far as grass, goofy grass in general, it's a good thing in general. It's a plant. It helps a lot of people. Yes. But you also got to keep in mind, this is not just they're doing that and that alone. They've got this other shit they're doing too. And you mixing goofy grass with Adderall and alcohol is a recipe for disaster and a recipe for charges. So no, I'm not going to hide and reword what I said about that. Like I said, goofy grass in general, yes, it is a good thing. It helps a lot of people. But you still have to follow the laws. You still have to be responsible with it. So, anywho's, there's that whole jam. By the way, if y'all didn't know, shit's blowing up with George. Like, I don't know George. I'm sure George knows by now, but I went to go look at Reddit for the first time in I don't know how long. Let me tell y'all what's happening. So, if you missed what happened with my stream earlier, George had an interview with the prosecutor, and they're talking about filing charges against Jules for harassment and stalk. I don't know if they get for stalking. She didn't try to go anywhere he did, and she didn't send people to where he is. So I don't know what his state is saying about that part. But harassment, he said they're trying to file charges for harassment, cyberbullying, I think. And he played a phone call, voicemail from that prosecutor's secretary something, whoever, I don't know exactly the name of the woman, but anyways, he played it on Savages. Hey, Stanley, you're very welcome for the membership. Thank you for being here. My notifications aren't going out, so I'm sorry. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't yet. So George played that audio on Savages, and like I said earlier this morning, I'm kind of worried that he did that because I'm kind of worried people are going to start calling, and apparently someone did, y'all, because listen to what happened. So someone made this post, and I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure George already knows about it. Someone made this post on Reddit, and it says, just had a nice little talk with George's prosecutor. Just had a nice little talk with George's prosecutor after her curiosity was sparked when seeing the incriminated clips against George. She was also shocked as to how I got her number and told her George doxed it on a live stream. Also, apparently, he isn't supposed to be discussing the details of his case either. Better run damage control, Georgie Porgy. So the comments are, oops, I'm sure she was not happy. The other person says, I also talked to the prosecutor. I sent you a DM. We should compare notes. Then the other person says, I'm just going to tell you all the comments, y'all. Because I know into the bees when my girl does not go to Reddit and people are always curious. So I'm just going to tell you what the comments are saying. So this high Q command or Q high command said, if you don't mind answering some of these, can I ask you the same questions I asked the original poster? Do you have a direct relationship to this case? An example, personal or in real life relationship with Jules or George? Did you give the prosecutor your real name and information? If so, are you worried about any potential blowback from either Jules or George? Will you have to appear/give evidence if this case moves forward? What made you decide to call? And then they said, I haven't really been following the saga, but I'm curious. The person responded, let's just say her and her office's receptionist desk are not pleased, and I will leave it at that. Key says, because you're supposed to be upfront and honest with the police and the prosecutor/DA office. If he was leaving out what he was posting or saying, it shows that he is not being honest with them. So how are they going to build a case with half-assed information? Talk about defamation. Now, let me tell you on this. When I had my interview with the prosecutor and other people, I'm not going to say, when I had my interview, I told them flat out that when this first started, it was consensual back and forth, that it was a normal thing. Like everybody just did the back and forth thing. But what changed all that is when Psychopath reached out to my ex, knowing he was my abuser, knowing there was protective orders in place, and trying to tell him where me and the kids were, and trying to dig information on me to use against me, and was choosing his side and whatnot. I said, that's when it changed. That's when it was no longer consensual back and forth. I have said things I didn't mean. I have snapped at times. I have overreacted at times. I have said things I don't mean. I've cussed out, all that. I said, I also made a post before on my Instagram years ago saying loading up the car heading that way. I did not put other threats in there, but I did say loading up the car heading that way because I wanted to see if they still had access to my Instagram, because I'd been blocking everyone I could so they couldn't see it anymore. And like, well, there's no threats and that's not illegal. I was like, I know, I've never made any flat out threats, but I did say loading the car heading that way just because I wanted to see if they still had access. I was like, but I have said things that were probably crossing the line. I've done things I normally wouldn't do. I was like, but I have not done any stalking of anyone. I do not do behind the scenes shit, trying to dig and trying to like fuck up entire lives or anything. I was like, but I have done it. Like I said, just normal back and forth. There are normal back and forth, and a lot of it does come with the territory, but the doxing, the threatening, the reaching out to abusers, the trying to drive by houses, the having people go to her houses, sending pizzas, doing Craigslist, doing the CPS shit, all that. I've never done any of that. I was like, I haven't done any of that, but I will tell you things I have done because you've got to do that. Hey, Miss Liability, you have to do that. I was like, I want you to know my part's in this too. I was like, because with YouTube, yes, it is normal for back and forth. And yes, that goes with the territory. But like I said, the stalking, the doxing, the threatening, the reaching out to family members, the fucking with my kid, all that does not come with the territory. And that's where I draw the fucking line. So yes, if you do have a meeting with the prosecutor or a DA or whatever, you have to say your part too, because they're going to find it on their own no matter what. Because when they do the investigation, like it's an investigation right now, I'm being looked at just as much. They're looking at my channel just as much. So it's just important if he did do. Now, that's not saying he lied to the prosecutor like they're saying on Reddit. I'm just saying, like, if anybody's going to go legal, you better say all your shit as well. So anyways, the person says, you took the words right out of my mouth. This is a disaster. Then they go, it's common sense. They don't like it when people lie, like leave stuff out to them. I wonder if they are going to charge with filing incomplete report. Then Hot Imagination says, do tell. Potential Leaf says, hopefully they're starting to see the cuckoo he is. Temporary says, let the show begin. Particular Salt does a gif of a deer eating popcorn. Commercial says, perfect. I guess I could stop putting everything together to send to them. So commercial effort is also putting shit together to send to George's DA's office now. Top Inspector says, both of the people that I spoke to were quite receptive to the phone call and appreciated my transparency and candor. It would be extremely embarrassing for their office to file paperwork under false information. They want to protect themselves from an anti-slap or a countersuit, so I think they would greatly appreciate hard evidence that is not attached to hurt feelings or online soap operas. Then Captain Howdy says, oh, no, continue all, please. They want more. So as in, no, please continue grabbing all your clips and sending it to George's DA's office. Commercial says, okay, will do. Revolutionary says, she must have called him because he had a lie for 12 p.m. It's gone now. People are trying to tell him, but he was saying/acting like we didn't know what we were talking about. In a way, he dared people to call. I remember with the JY Maria, they were not supposed to talk about it either. I had a feeling that they had no idea what he was doing. Disastrous says, this poor prosecutor. Cat says, quality entertainment. High Q Command says, again, some just out of curiosity questions. Again, do you have relationships with the people involved? Blah, blah, blah. Kiara says, yes, thank you. Birthday says, oh, yeah, I just got off the phone with the detective. And he says, y'all going to jail. Clearly, they're being sarcastic. Key assumption says, does the detective know what George was posting or saying on his lives? Or did you just leave that out like George did? Stock Safe says, survey says that's a lie. By the way, I'm reading Reddit. If you don't know, it's about George. They've been calling his prosecutor/DA's office all day, apparently. Hey, commentators, just an FYI, this OP is a new profile that was created 7 days ago. Beware of false information and dumb people go in real life to insert themselves in a legal situation. And again, if y'all do that, y'all are just proving his point. You really are. Jazz says, no attorney, PD, or prosecutor is going to comment on an active case or investigation. They are going to tell any person that calls the absolute minimum. That is true. Only the people involved will probably be talked to about the situation because it's still an open investigation. I just love how everyone becomes a judge or lawyer on YouTube. Maybe you will get further if you lie by pretending to be George. I don't recommend that. In fact, it's a horrible idea. Hire a lawyer or morph into George. That's the only way to find out what is actually going on. Harry says, you're going to be very surprised by what these trolls can pull off. These people aren't what George is used to. Then Ripley gives a storybook. So it's going to be a long one. Hey, Jane, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So Ripley says, and didn't they say Jules is Ripley? Wait, so I swear someone said they knew who Ripley was before. Anyways, doesn't matter. Why does people who aren't involved in this situation get involved? So Jules, Maria, or Roadhog can't provide the information to the prosecutor given they're the people involved. Honestly, a prosecutor should have told them the information should be given to the defendant or their attorneys that they have them, and they could present that to their attorneys, to them, or their attorney's judge in the case. Unless, of course, you two are Jules, Maria, or nobody. You do realize that any information you provide the prosecutor can't be entered as evidence because it's hearsay. If you're not the parties involved or a listed witness, a judge isn't going to care what you say. You say other people are obsessed, but you're getting involved in a legal matter on behalf of strangers online. That's called obsession. If Jules, Maria, or someone that doesn't exist have done nothing wrong, are innocent, and they can prove it to the judge, why does anyone else need to get involved? You realize the potential that you invigorating yourself into a legal process that doesn't involve you could not hurt George, but Jules, Maria, and nobody. You realize you're falling right into the game. You're doing exactly what he said. He told the judge/prosecutor about third-party harassment and people not involved trying to intimidate him. So smart to give him exactly what he wanted, proof that even one person is doing something on behalf of Jules, Maria, or nobody. Now, of course, you could be lying in an attempt to get George worked up so he quote-unquote goes off. You could also be lying in an attempt to get any and all of them to go live and fight, or at the very least have a community post battle. Whatever the reason, whether it's a lie or not, no one should be contacting the prosecutor, judge, court, clerk, or any other legal personnel unless they're the plaintiff or defendant. Any info should be given to the people involved, and they handle it how they see fit. Calling to verify a court date or even an active TPO/RO is different because you're not potentially affecting a legal outcome. Now, of course, that comment alone gets -7 downvotes. They are busy in there on that side. So Top responds to that with the mini violin saying, "Aw, poor thing." Then Harry Shue says, "I guess genius George shouldn't have given out that number like the dumbass he is then, huh? You got trolls, George. This is only the beginning." It sounds to me like all these new accounts saying all this about George and all this shit, y'all are from one side. All these new accounts coming out of nowhere. Why would all these new accounts just come out of nowhere? Like this one I just read, Harry Shue, was created March 9th, 2024. Let's see what else. Let's see. Ever heard of the Yellow Pages? If he was so concerned about people finding out who he is, he should have stayed anonymous. YouTube's a public platform. He knows that. So you're co-signing doxing people? Would you, Harry Shue, would you like to be doxed? That's not cool. Nobody should be doing that. And yes, I will do it if you do it to me first. There, Jules. There's your disclaimer. There's no way, then they say there's no way to prove who, if anyone's looked up George's family. He could say that all day, but it means nothing in a courtroom. When is the last time Jules has said anything about George? He's the one keeping it going. Well, let me enlighten you people. Oh, they have Miss Liability. Your IP address is traceable even on Reddit, on every fucking thing you do on the internet. And absolutely detectives could get a warrant to search all your shit. Oh, if you only knew what I knew. Trust, I'll just say this. When your IP is a warrant is done in your IP, they will find all your activity and all the fuck shit you're doing behind the scenes and on Reddit and all your anonymous accounts you're trying to hide behind. They have all of it. It's not smart. If you don't think Reddit is traceable, you're an idiot. freaking idiot. And if you don't think, oh, just watch. If there's anything, if y'all are gonna start posting all this shit about George on Reddit, George, you need to let them know. You're gonna have to let your detective know. You're gonna have to send Reddit the certain files, like pages from our community. You're going to have to send that to your detective in an email so they can search it and they can start doing IP traces on the illegal shit. Okay. You're going to have to do that. Let's see. Let me see what the comments. And we thought you were smart, George. No, we thought you were smart, George. Nah, we've known you're dumb all along. We were waiting for you to delete your channel and disappear. Who could that be? Just like all the other dummies who dig those YouTube holes so deep that they can't climb out of them. You are not a nice person, whoever you are. Then the post says, why is this creepy liar trying to directly communicate with Jules? They said it's so good, but I hate myself for watching it. That was 20 hours ago. That's very stalkerish, George. Did you know they track those searches and save the IP address? Bet you didn't. Huh? Georgie Porgy's putting Penny giving info on searching someone's license. I don't know what that's about, y'all. Maria over there speaking on behalf of the Hive, saying they didn't send pizzas. It's official. The crocheting bee is a thing. And Maria, your husband... No, I'm not going to say all that. I'm not talking about the family thing. They said, well, I'm trying to figure out who this is. This offers someone who feels threatened by Jules. It's almost like it changes the game. I guess they're saying George is trying to talk to Jules. Tit for tat, the nonprofit is public information is oh my God. Never mind. I ain't saying what that is. Oh my God. Hi, Miss Joanna. Good to see you. Y'all, they can still find it. Y'all, anybody that thinks otherwise, you're not very bright. Oh, who could that be? Someone with the same initials as Justin Timberlake? Yeah. That was that's actually clipped when she said that. Into the B's and Miss Joanna. It's so good to see you. Y'all. They're posting George's family stuff. His brothers. That's fucked up. What's he posting about Jules' sibling? What's he post? Seriously, why would y'all do that? His brother's not part of it. Jules' sister is not a part of this shit. My sister is not a part. Why? Why are y'all going after siblings? Because you can't get anything on him. And that's on Bushwatchers. Again, that's the same fucking page that swears up and down they don't do doxing. That's one of the rules. No doxing, no going real life. But you're doing exactly that. Y'all want to know what the fuck they did to me on that page? Let me tell you. What they did to me, girl, my texts aren't working right now. It's still fucked up. It's still, oh wait, send me an IG message. I've got it pulled up so I can see it if you send it. But the other thing messed up on me. I don't know what happened. What was I saying? Oh, so that page, when that page first started, I mean, like within the first week of it starting, they listed every single apartment building in this surrounding area that takes Section 8. And then the idiots, and yes, doxing all of it, by the way. And then the fucking idiots were saying, oh, Siwa gets a Section 8 check, and I bet she's been collecting it while she was still in Texas. I bet she was collecting Section 8 checks in Tennessee while she was still in Texas. Oh, she probably was collected while she was still in with her sister, so her sister's probably in on the scam too. They both need to be reported to the police. I kid you fucking not. I've never seen a Section 8 check in my life. I don't even know what the fuck that is, what you're talking about. I have not gotten anything. You freaking moron. My sister never got a damn thing either, besides the rent I paid her every month. But they're like, yeah, we need to all report for fraud. She needs to be audited, all this shit. She's scamming. She's not reporting this or that. I report my income with proof to the office monthly. Everything. They know about everything. Monthly, they see what I make. They know my CashApp. They know my PayPal. They see it all. They don't see my PayPal every month, obviously, but I claim everything I get through CashApp, PayPal, and this YouTube. It shouldn't be a district. Joanna, the way you fix that is you just swipe up and it'll fix it. It'll remove it. You must have accidentally put it on. But they full blown were saying we need to all report her and her sister. They're both scammers. She must have been cashing that check in while pretending. She must have filed for it in Tennessee while she was still in Texas, just kept cashing those checks. I've never gotten a fucking check in my life for disability. Y'all tried to blame that on me before, for SSI or for Section 8. Y'all don't understand how it works. The office is the only one that gets the money from the government. We do not. Okay? We have to tell them all our income. We have to provide our taxes for the year prior to the office. The most recent year, we had to provide the taxes, the whole shebang, to the office. They can see exactly what you make, exactly all that shit. You have to provide proof of everything. If a bank account pops up, guess what? They're going to have it. If you get a check, they're going to know about it. It's all fucking documented. They will probably know about government issuing me money before I do, for crying out loud. They have access to all that shit. So, but anyways, when they go through your taxes at the end of the year, they make you pay a percentage of it. That's what I do. I go monthly and give them a money order for my percentage of the rent, which is not cheap. I pay more than most people here. So you're a fucking idiot that you think I was given a check. And that's another thing. So you're saying Tennessee State was issuing me checks for rent in Tennessee when I had no address in Tennessee and I only had addresses in Texas? Everything that comes to me was going to a Texas address. And you think Tennessee was issuing me checks when I still was in Texas and still didn't fucking live here and I don't even have family or anybody that lives here? How stupid do you sound? So anyways, that's the shit they do over there while they scream, we don't do that doxing stuff. We're the good guys. Fuck you. So now y'all are doxing George's family members. Good to know. Unless George can prove who sent a pizza, or even if a pizza was sent at all, it means nothing. He has to prove it, and he can't. How are we supposed to prove? We only find proof when people get outed from people from the inside. So someone from the inside has to let it out that it was sent, or it's never going to be proof. How do you expect people to get proof? Because the only thing we get is they'll tell us the pizza was ordered, right? And whether it's cash on delivery, debit, whatever, they'll tell us how it's paid if we ask them. If there's a phone number on it, they'll tell it to us, but it's usually a number that comes back to us. And if there's a name on it, it's usually to us or our family members of so doxing is what they usually do with it. And then that's all we get. We don't get anything else. You could call and speak to the manager. They're like, we have no way of tracing that. Again, the only way to trace it is if the cops get a warrant to do the IP address back to whoever did the order through their website. That's the only fucking way. And they're not going to do it over one pizza. It's going to be there's going to be a buildup before they're going to do shit like that. So how do you expect them to prove it? So okay, if that's your case though, then every time Jewel says she got a pizza, it means nothing because she can't prove who sent it. My goodness, y'all are just full of biatch and bullshit. Okay, let me fix it. No, I don't think Jules was the one doing that, by the way. The Bushwatchers is Bald Brows Christine and her crew and Momo and them. I don't think Jules was a part of that doxing thing of me, honestly. But Jules is not hurt for money, I'll tell you that. She does get the disability every month, and she's making a killing on her channel, and she don't have other people to take care of. I don't even know if they do issue. Well, no, I know they do issue checks for other people, but you have to prove. Here's the thing: to get issued a Section 8 check, you're going to have to prove. And there's another thing. I just keep repeating myself. The checks. Guess what? The government. If I had a check each month and it wasn't given to a landlord for rent, I would have been caught so long ago. I would have been caught so fucking long ago because it has to be approved. The landlord has to be on an approved list to get Section 8. Not everybody accepts it. Most people don't accept it. The landlord has to get pre-approval to accept Section 8 or in HUD, whatever it is. So it already has to be documented. And when you apply for those checks, you're gonna have to tell them what your rent is, where you're living, and all that. You have to prove it first. You can't just get it. Hi, Mr. FU. I am gonna call you, by the way. I did get your email earlier. Well, I do know in some states they issue checks, don't they? Let me look. How does that work? I've never had that. Wait, let's see. Oh, it's called vouchers. Vouchers. Let's see. Hold on, I'm looking, y'all. I don't even know what to search up to look for because I want to know, like, do they issue the checks to go to, let's see. I put it, how do you pay rent with Section 8 vouchers? I honestly don't know. You can choose any housing that meets the program requirements, such as a single-family home, townhouse, or apartment. Housing choice vouchers can pay for all or part of your rent. The PHA says it's part of the rent pays its part of the rent to the owner, aka landlord, and you as a tenant pay the difference. Oh, so the checks don't even go to your hands. They just pay it directly to the landlord, and you pay the difference. Learned something new today. That's crazy. Well, they're trying to claim, FU, they're trying to claim that I've been getting Section 8 vouchers when I was still living in Texas, and me and my sister were both in on the scam, and we were just cashing the checks and living the high life. I've never seen one in my life. I never had one of those. All I do is I pay my rent to the landlord. That's it, through a money order. So it's all like searchable. Oh, thank you. Someone sent a cash app for Princess' birthday. I'm actually taking her shopping later when she gets home. I'm actually going to take her shopping. She wants to get a new dress, and she still has a portion of the money from last month. Remember, Rose sent money last month for her birthday. So I'm using that tonight. And then the person that just sent, and into the B, the portion, what you sent today, I'm not going to make her wait a month. Obviously, I'm going to put that with what we send tonight. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, hold on. Let me get my IG real quick. So No. You're good. You're good. I want to see what you had to say. Oh, okay. Thank you. You don't have to do that, though. You don't have to do that, but thank you. Okay. So that's what it says. Yeah. According to Google, that's what it says. It goes directly to the landlord, and then I just pay the difference. So, like, if they were going to pay $400 of $800 rent, I would just pay the $400 difference. Or if they pay $600 of the $800 rent, I would just pay the $200. No money goes to my hands. No check comes to my hands. Goes to my hands. So this whole thing, this is what it's bullshit. How they just say blatant fucking lies over there and are inciting people. So just from that alone, y'all, from them doing that shit alone, bald brows, Christine, you're inciting people to fuck with my real life by giving out my address. You're putting my daughter's life at safety by letting that address be put on their asshole. Like, do you not get it? I have a child that lives here. Do you not fucking get that? It's two females living alone. What do you not fucking get about that? Asshole. So anyways, they're putting out my address, put my life at risk, put my daughter's life at risk, making it unsafe for her to play outside because of that bullshit. Inciting people to drive by the fucking house, to send pizzas, to send cops, to do whatever the fuck they want because you're putting an address out because you just want to fuck with me. And then you're inciting people to call the landlord, go ahead, call my landlord. We're very close, but go ahead, call him. Call him with your bullshit and see what he says. Obviously, do not call. Anybody that calls, I'm filing charges or filing police report. So don't. But he knows about y'all. But They're inciting people to call my landlord to try to report me for this scam I'm committing down in Texas because I don't live here, right? And then they're inciting people to call HUD to get me in trouble or try to get me in trouble. But y'all don't go, you're on your Reddit saying, we don't go real life, we don't dox. Fuck you. Anyways, so Harry Shue says, and again, y'all, this account is brand new. Who could that be? Aw, thank you. Thank you, Stanley. She's gonna have a good birthday, I promise. I'm gonna make it a good birthday. Like I said, the main thing she wants is to do shopping because she's outgrown all her clothes. Y'all, I just took her shopping 2 months ago to get more pants and more shirts because she's already been outgrowing her. I've bought so many pants this year, it would blow your mind. I have bought maybe 30 pairs of pants this year, and she just keeps growing and growing and growing. But as I said 2 days ago, she officially was my same height. And I'm 5'8". She's only 13, about to be 14, and she's already my height. That's crazy. So she wants to get more pants. She says she wants to wear a dress tomorrow for her birthday. And she does not wear dresses. When she was younger, y'all, she was always in a dress and always had a bow. She does not like dresses, and she does not like shorts. Even when it's scorching hot outside, she will not. I beg her to wear shorts. Nope, I don't want to. It's like, okay, I'm not going to force you to wear anything you don't want to. But yeah, so to hear her say, Mom, I want to order a dress for my birthday kind of blew me away. So, but absolutely. So anyways, tonight when she gets home, we're going to go get a dress. She wants to get the Toothless Dragon. I don't know if y'all ever watched How to Train Your Dragon, but she loves Toothless, and that's movies we watch together. She's like, Mom, I want you to start watching these movies with me. I really like them because I like animated movies. So we started watching How to Train Your Dragon, all of them. So now it's a thing for us. So she wants me to go. We're going to go see if we can find Toothless. And maybe Hiccup. Hiccup's the guy character in How to Train Your Dragon. And of course, that movie's coming out in about a month. And I'm going to try to find an IMAX theater to take her to. Because this Hiccup's on a dragon going to be flying through most of the movie. And that would look amazing on an IMAX screen. And since it's something that's important to both of us and sentimental, both of us, I want to do it up more than just going to regular movies. So I'm going to try to find an IMAX. So we're going to look for that. And then I bought her a new purse the other day. My mom sent money for her B-Day. So we went shopping in Gatlinburg and bought her this new purse. So she's at that age where she likes purses, but she doesn't like regular purses. She wants a crossbody. Here we go again. Those crossbody or the little backpack purses. So I found her a crossbody and a backpack purse combined. And give her one of my wallets that I don't really use in it because it matches her bag. So it's going to be good. And then this weekend, I'm taking her friends. I can't tell y'all. I'll tell y'all after the fact. But I'm taking her and a few of her friends somewhere. And then I have a birthday party to go to this weekend because my bestie, we were both pregnant at the same time. And my bestie that lives here, her child is only a few days apart. So that means we were pregnant and had our kids 2 days apart. That's crazy. So of course her son and my daughter are like best friends. And we were going to do a joint birthday party, but she's kind of fickle, she every time we kind of make plans ahead of time, it doesn't always work. Something always comes up apparently. So I don't know if she'll do it. And if I'm going to be paying a lot of money for the birthday party, because it's not going to be just us. I mean, it's going to be at a business. If I'm going to be paying that, I kind of want to make sure people show up that are supposed to. So I can't really do the birthday party. I wanted to. But I'm still going to take Princess, a few of her friends somewhere this weekend. And like I said, I think her family's going to throw her son a birthday party and she asked us to go. So I'll be going to that. We'll probably be swimming and barbecuing and all that fun stuff. Oh my gosh, Wendy, I got to tell you something horrible that happened, girl. Princess has been heartbroken for weeks. It's been bad. She's been crying a lot. She's been having a really rough time. She's coming out of it now, but she had her first loss. And it was a big one. Well, it's not family, but it was a big loss. I'm going to tell you through Instagram real quick. Give me a second. Hold on, y'all. I'm writing Miss Wendy. It's important, or I wouldn't make y'all wait. I will tell you this. The last time she saw this individual, she was supposed to give them a hug. And she's like, Mom, something kept telling, I just knew my intuition kept telling me to give the person a hug, give the person a hug. And I just kept thinking, I'll do it next time I see them. And she goes, now I feel guilty because I'm never going to get that chance again. I was like, don't hold on to that. You had no way of knowing. Nobody had any way of knowing. So yeah, it's been really tough on her. That's another reason I kind of been MIA recently, is because I just want to attend to her and make sure she's okay and take her places and try to get her mind off things and trying to help her work through the grief that she's dealing with. Okay, back to y'all stuff. Yeah, it sucked. It sucked so bad, y'all. Okay. Right? I don't want to mess that shit up again. That was horrible. Would your bestie be pink? Pink. No. Pink. What do you mean? Confused. Confusion. But Ms. Wendy, you know how tough that would have been for her, right? It sucked so bad. But of course, this fucking community, I can't say anything about who it was, like not who it was exactly, like names, but like any type of info to tie the person, because you know the first thing they're going to start doing is going to obituaries and try to find it just to fuck with them, just to fuck with the family. So I can't say it, or I would just give y'all a generalized idea, but I would just say it really, really sucked. Hi, Lance. Good to see you. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, Miss Joanna. And the worst part, no, I can't say that because that's a clue. Never mind. Okay, I told you, Miss Joanna. Oh, Miss Wendy, what you said is so sweet. Thank you for that. Lance, how you been, dude? Oh, that's right. Yes, me and Pink, the singer, were pregnant at the same time. Very true. I really thought we were gonna have our babies close. I think we had our kids a month apart, but me and Pink were due around the same time. Let me see when she had the baby, and I'll get back to reading what I was reading. Just hold on, y'all. I think her daughter's name is Harlow, isn't it? Nope, can't be. Willow. Willow is Pink's name. Pink's child's name. Sorry. She had the see, we were due around the same time. She had her child June 2nd, 2011. And Princess was born, I think she was born like June 6th, 2011. But they took her out cesarean May 15th because my kidneys were failing. Oh, it was bad. And I had septicemia. It was really bad. So they took her out a month early. Yes, girl. I love Pink. I love Pink. That was my girl. I didn't care about the whole Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera bullshit. I couldn't stand them very much. Like as far as people and the way they were or look like, like I like their music and their songs and all that, but they weren't my, like, that's not my style. Pink, now that's my girl. Her voice is way better than both of them. She is way cooler. She is more entertaining. She is a better mother, a better wife. She is something to aspire to be. Pink, not Brittany and Christina, whose lives have been like, ugh. Hold on, let me respond real quick to this Cash App just in case someone's not listening. I don't know if they're watching my live now, so I want to say, like, respond as well through Cash App so they don't think I'm ignoring it. And great, now my phone charger. Oh, that ain't the right one. And if you're wondering why I'm talking so fast, I took some Jet Alert energy pill, and it's like I'm all over the place right now. And the a-holes upstairs came back again today, so they're still not done. So clearly they're still not gone. I'm still going to have to worry about them coming back later tonight. But they came back for like 10 minutes and left. I just wish they'd get all their shit and be done. I just keep saying to myself, they're almost out. They're almost out. They're almost out. To not lose my shit. But before anybody thinks, oh, we should find an interview them. I never talked to them. So try it if you want to. I never said a word to them. Okay, let me see my messages. One real quick. Sorry, y'all. Give me a second. I will, Miss Joanna. I will. It wasn't even that bad. Here's the thing. So, into the beat. I'm already bouncing off the walls. Can you not hear? I took it this morning before I went live. You surely you could tell. I took it at 6 a.m. because I was like, I'm going to go to work today. I got barely any sleep the past 4 or 5 nights. That's why I crashed last night. Like I went to bed at 9 thinking, oh, I'll get 2.5 hours sleep. Now I'll wake up and I'll do a stream real quick because I owe it to y'all. And then when the alarm went off, I was like, I will not be able to do it. So then I went to StreamYard and I went to delete the stream. And I guess I forgot to select to delete it from YouTube as well. So that's why y'all were all waiting for me. And I had no idea. I found it this morning. I went to look and I saw my email saying, where are you? Are you okay? Are you going to go live? And I'm like, why is everybody asking me? I deleted it. I did it on YouTube. So I'm going to have to delete it on YouTube. Actually, let me do that now because I can't even go to StreamYard and go back into it to go live because it's gone. I deleted off StreamYard. There's no option for me to do it from StreamYard because I deleted it, obviously. So I'm actually going to have to remove it from YouTube now. I was going to keep it on YouTube. It's like, oh, I'll do that stream later. I can't not now. If I just want to go live through YouTube, I could, but I can't do it through StreamYard since I already deleted it. So let me go do that now. Oh my gosh, my nerves are shot. That's why, again, why don't take energy medicine or I don't know how y'all drink coffee or drink Red Bulls. I don't ever drink Red Bulls because I can't stand the jittery feeling. And that's where I'm at right now. Okay. So back to this. So they said, Georgie Porgy was busy today. So-and-so, someone and Maria are off the hook of criminal charges. How would you know? They said they're not going to be happy when what you did comes out, George. We know if you told the whole story, they tell you to turn it off and stop engaging. They will try to tell you that, but they can't force you to. They will say, well, why not just leave YouTube? Because I put in years of it, thousands of hours into it. I built it from the ground up. That's why. And because some other people can't control their behaviors, doesn't mean I shouldn't be here. It's not my fault other people don't have no self-control. So that was my answer when they said, "Why don't you just leave it?" That's why. And because I have a whole group of people that I care about and they care about me, and I don't want to just run off. We know if you tell the whole story, blah, 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 stop engaging. They might even be so pissed off you might end up in jail. What? Why would George end up in jail, honestly? Wasting the court's time, lying, etc. Y'all don't even know if he did lie. Just because he didn't tell them everything he did doesn't mean he lied, unless he flat out said, "I've never done nothing." Then they don't like that bullshit, but continue digging the YouTube hole. Then they said, well, they do. If you don't like George, you're a Hive member just like the rest of us. So it says they try to keep up with the narrative. But who else created an account recently just to say all this shit? Honestly. Let's see. I'm reading. Some of these don't even matter. You must be in the Hive. You don't seem to love George. There's no reason you shouldn't think George is wonderful unless you're in the Hive. Everyone knows that. You are not. Who are you? You're not nice. And that's how it works in George's YouTube fantasy land. He says it, but doesn't have to prove it. The imaginary judge might have a different take, but I'm not as smart as you, George. You didn't spend $1,000 on anything because you're broke. No, you don't know that. Again, and the printout you show does not say what you think it says. I don't know what printout they're talking about. You're done, but I see you're going to keep digging that hole deeper. Bravo to the old woman gassing him up in the chat. Dude, for 3 days since you created your account, you have been going at him. Is there any proof of an actual court date at this point? Is he bet on these people apologizing so he can then say he put a stop to the whole thing? Oh, and I see the name that y'all are saying he used to use. You seeing this shit, George? This is why you're a lol cow now. Keep it coming, baby girl. Penny dropping her text messages letting everyone know that George has kids in the house. What the hell? He can't stand that you have all the receipts. I'm trying to figure out who this is, y'all, but I don't think they're going to talk about anything but George. That's why there's no TPO. If he ever stood before a judge, which he hasn't, he'd be laughed out of court. Just because you feel like someone's threatening you, that doesn't make it so in the eyes of the law. George is a little cow digging deeper. If he could prove that that any normal rational person would have a fear for their safety, he could get one. With all the doxing Jules is trying to do to him, and with the entering the JT shit, I don't know, y'all. And interacting with, he could get one on Amzy easy. A protective order, he could get one easy on her. Yeah, me neither. Yeah, this person is just being nasty, dude. Okay, who is this about? It says she is a 52-year-old woman who believes she looks like Anna Nicole Smith. She lies as much as Bambi and is engaged to intellectually challenge Chris Trock while still grieving her last husband who has been dead. I guess it's about Bambi, huh? I've never heard Bambi say she looks like Anna Nicole Smith. No, that can't be about Bambi because it says she lies as much as Bambi. So are they talking about? No, Jules isn't engaged to anybody. I don't know who the fuck this is supposed to be about. And whose husband's been dead for 13 years? Y'all, I need y'all to help me connect the dots. It says, she's a 52-year-old woman who believes she looks like Anna Nicole Smith. She lies as much as Bambi and is engaged, rolls eyes, to intellectually challenge, which that's not funny to talk shit about that. Don't try to diss someone if that was true. That's not funny. And if it's not true, it's not funny to use something like that as a diss. She lies as much as Bambi and is engaged to intellectually challenge Chris blank while still grieving, quotes, her last husband who has been dead for 13 years. I don't know who. That's only Bambi. I can only think it's about Bambi. Oh, Harlow Blonde. Thank you, Silk Print. Thank you. I don't watch that girl, so I didn't know. I watched her once. Oh, and let's talk about that because I heard Jules talking shit about that. Thank you, Silk. Let's talk about something else too. Jules was like, Siwa even thought it was so bad what JT did that she went in Harlow's and said, I am so sorry, Bambi, what Jules has did to you. Siwa, do you think it's okay what she's done to me? I didn't say that. I didn't say it was okay what she did to you. I don't agree with most of the shit that Bambi has done to you. That being said, no matter what she does, is going to make me sit here and say, oh, but it's okay if you want to call her dad and fuck with her dad and threaten him. It's okay if you want to call her daughter and terrify her and make threats to her that if she doesn't talk to you, something bad's going to happen to her. Hey, Jesus, long time no see. I was thinking about you yesterday. Wondering where you've been. Nothing Bambi has done it was going to make that okay, Jules. And nothing you do is going to make it okay for the shit she's done to you as far as the flyers and whatnot. It's not going to make it okay. That doesn't mean I have to just agree with shit you did or agree with the shit she did because you're a fucked up individual too. I can apologize for individual instances that I think are too far. But the even ignorance and the bullshit of you even fall, like, why are you watching all these people you say you can't stand? Why are you doing that? Because you know what I say everywhere. And how? Because I blocked you on everything. How are you watching all my comments everywhere I go? And why are you watching all my comments? And people wonder why I'm always in the bushes. This is why. But you know what I said to Bambi? I've never even been to Harlow's before that or after that. Never been. But you knew the first and only comment I ever made there. What's wrong with you? That's what I'm saying. Savage, if you think she's not watching you, you're fooling yourself. Yes, she is. She is watching you and recording probably. Because even all your little minions, I have them blocked too. So you can't say, oh, they're the ones that got it for me. I have them blocked too. Unless you're all going to burner accounts to watch. And if you do, that's on you. If you're doing that purposely, you're wanting to see what I say to piss yourself off. You know it's not going to be nice. So why? And yes, Jesus, I know, sweetie. I know she struck Jesus. But I will say, Jesus, don't upload any videos of her content. Even though you were doing it to be nice and supportive, I don't want anybody doing that because I don't want you risking your channels. But I will repeat what I said this morning again. Jen can get her channel down easy. Easy. With all this, let me tell y'all, every time Jules has gone live and played Jen's audio from beginning to end is a strike. If Jules goes live and plays even at 30 minutes to an hour of it, it's a strike. You cannot play large portions of someone's content. What do you not get? You can't just take everything they say as is. Like, I mean, you can't just take the majority of it where people have no reason to go watch her because they're watching it all through your channel. That is copyright theft. That is her content, and you're taking it all to make a buck. She can get your ass so bad, dude. So, like I said, every time, and like I said, Jules striking my little video because I said just a part of her name, Steineke, while she's been going around doxing my entire full name for over a year and getting other people to play that stupid ass fucking song, knowing exactly what she's doing and knowing I don't use that name anywhere. And her argument is, well, my name isn't very popular though, Siwa. So it's even worse when you're doxing because my name's not popular. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if my name was John Smith. You're not allowed to use it because I don't fucking use it. Okay? So you don't use your first and last name, do you? No. So you want to use all my name? I'll use some of your name. I'm still even using the whole thing. And you're like, I only use your name, Siwa, because it's a common name. Even men have that name. I don't give a fuck. Everybody knows what you're doing. You're still leaving clues for people to fuck with me and put me and my daughter in harm's way by you giving out full names of people. That's why you're an asshole. And all this shit, you gave out Cooch, and y'all know I'm not called Cooch. You gave out Cooch's address to a man that you already knew had drove across state lines to go beat someone else's ass. And just so you know, I've actually used that example for some of the reasons why I'm filing my protective orders, because we do have people in this community that are willing to drive across state lines to beat someone's ass just because they don't like them on the internet. That is not okay. So do you want to keep giving clues? I'll keep giving clues, except I'm not giving clues to anything else. I'm just putting a last name. And it would never happen. And you're always like, Siwa, just admit that you'll do it if someone does it to you first. Girl, how long were you doxing me before I started doing a part of your name back? How long? It was a long fucking time, a long time of me asking you not to do it. I won't play these videos if you don't do it. And you just kept on and kept on and kept on and kept on and kept on. So clearly it's the only thing that seems to get through to you. So every time I hear y'all that she plays that song or doxes my name, I'm playing that hooker video, that song, or that little clip that says, that's a hooker's name. If you don't know, it's on my shorts. It's got over, let's see how many views it's got now. Let me look real quick. It actually got some views on it. I didn't expect that, but whatever. Let's see. Oh, it's under shorts. It has about 1,200 people have seen it so far. I tell you what, you quit fucking doxing my name, I'll even private that. But that's the one she struck, y'all. You can't do nothing about it. It clearly says on privacy complaints, full names, not a last name or part of a name. And like I said, the audacity to complain about that was done how long ago? Let me see. That video's been up since April. And she just now privacy complained it. Girl. The audacity to do that when you know for a fact you've been doxing my name in probably 100 streams in the past year. You've probably done it more. Probably done it more than 100 times in the past year. And by the way, I don't want your fucking advice on how to take that down that Instagram. The issue is not that I forgot my password. The issue isn't that I don't have the email. I have all of it. I have the email, the password, and the username. I have all of it. It won't let me in it because it wants to send to me to enter a security code, but it never sends the security code. It says, please enter the security code we sent to your email. I go to the email, nothing's there. I say resend, go to the email, nothing's there. I put resend as many times as I can. Nothing ever shows up. That's the fucking issue. So until I can get someone on Instagram Meta's side to fix that or give me a code, I can't get into it. And no, I don't want it just deactivated. I have so much shit on there that's important to me. So many messages on there that's important to me as well. In my DMs, there's a lot of stuff in there that would do wonders for me for a lot of things that I'm dealing with. That's why I don't want it to deactivate it or to report it till it's just removed. So I'm not removing it until I can get into it. But that doesn't mean you just keep going on fucking doxing it, knowing what you're doing, knowing why I don't want anybody having access to it, knowing that I didn't use that account into this community. While you piss and moan about a YouTube that shows nothing of kids and your family or any of that shit. I'm going to remove the comment, but yes, she does, Jesus. I'm going to remove the comment, but yeah, I know. She does all the time while she's complaining about the Pinky Bear. Again, you started the whole damn thing. Just quit. Okay. So that was about Harlow. So, okay, here it is. They call themselves the Gilded Syndicate. Harlow, Bambi, Square, and Chris are the main characters. I don't know who this Chris person is. It's something to see once they get going. We are without a doubt fucking with a dummy. I don't know who that's a part. What prosecutor's office is scheduling meetings about social media harassment? Where does he live? Mayberry? Y'all, it's actually true. We do have, because I've done one myself. Actually. He's not, that's why I'm saying, y'all, he's not lying about having I don't know if he's lying about an interview with the prosecutor. It doesn't sound like it to me because first off, he played that audio, and obviously that audio is legit because y'all yourselves called the number and talked to the individual that was on the audio. So you can't say that's bullshit. That's bullshit. You verified that that's true, right? That's what y'all are saying on Reddit. You verified that information is true. That person exists, and that's the number, and they know who George is. That y'all just proved his whole thing. You did, but now you were trying to say 6 days ago that doesn't happen. Yes, it does. Because if he had not talked to the prosecutor's office, like he said, explain the message he got. Anywho's. But this person, so far, I'm seeing them go at Harlow and George only. Who else, and Bambi, who else in this community has such a fight with Harlow, Bambi, and George? And they're talking about Rochelle. They said, I think Cornhole is Rochelle and Bambi is Corn. I don't think Rochelle would be talking so much shit about the people that Corn person does. They all know Jules is no threat. She might not be, she's just sitting inside her apartment 24/7, but she can cause a lot of damage with her mouth. She can cause a lot of damage with her mouth, and she can fuck up a lot of people's life with the shit she says. So, and she's friends with a man that's actually really freaking dangerous. And we've known her, she's threatened me with SoFlo before. She's threatened me before with SoFlo more than once. And said, I'm going to use SoFlo to go at UCO. I'm going to make sure he hides on your bed. I'm going to make sure he's in your, I actually have a clip. He's in your neighborhood right now, see, we're right down the road. I have that clip. So she might not be, but the shit she does and she could cause a lot of damage and put people's lives in danger with what she's doing. She absolutely can. They just hate her and will watch their quote unquote friends go off the rails as long as they can sit in that chat and hear someone talk about how much they hate her. I have no skin in the game. Sure you don't. But George and Jen are making fools of themselves. I don't believe that. They're acting crazier than Bambi at the moment. Rochelle isn't cut out for this. She's been trying to fit in for about a year now. Why do y'all have such a hate for Rochelle? I don't get it. Rochelle is Canadian. I'm not going to say what she is because I don't know if y'all are trying to dox. Talking about Lola sees you, George. Whatever the hell that's about. I'm trying to get clues about who this person is, y'all. So that's what I'm trying to do real quick. Lauren's Paranormal isn't going to kick off between Lauren and Rochelle soon. It'll probably have something to do with Jen. I wish I could say I don't believe it. And these are all the comments that this one account is making. That's what I'm reading. George, you didn't see a judge. Some of us know this works. Judges don't issue ROs for hurt feelings and bruised egos. Clown. No, they issue ROs for people who say they're living in fear and are immediate danger of someone that's making threats towards them. Or someone that's trying to instill fear in them or putting their lives in danger. That's what they're for. He should just take the L and walk away because the way things are going, he might be the one getting slapped with the RO. Doubt it. And Karma is a cat. I saw your comments in Kendra's, by the way. Hey, Kendra. I saw your comments in Kendra's about what you said. Girl, no, most people are in the bushes right now. People don't want to be retaliated against for being here. I don't blame them. Karma's a cat. I went to my Google account and my YouTube. You're not blocked on any of it, so I don't know what's going on. Oh, shit. My computer charger fell out. People are just listening because I'm just reading shit right now. Okay. But Karma's cat, I have no issues with you, and I'm trying to show support to your channel. I don't know why I can't fix it, though, because I wanted to see what you say and vice versa. And then they made a post 10 days ago. Okay, I have a question for Team Nobody Redditors. Do you think that the only reason George is trying to go legal is because he couldn't take the B down using his channel? I think he's done a pretty good job, honestly. I mean, the whole community is pretty much combined right now. Oh, and they're talking bad about Jen. Add it to the list. These are the clues. So this person talks about Bambi, Harlow, Jen, George, Rochelle, Lauren's Paranormal. Those are the clues so far. Unless the company has access to the servers for those 104 sites, which they don't. They can't see who's looked George up. It just doesn't work that way. Yes, they can. IP addresses are traceable. As far as that being illegal of itself, I don't think so because there's all those websites and it's just people going to Google and searching it. I think it's what they do with the information where it comes illegal, though. I mean, yeah, illegal. Still talking about George as of 11 days ago. No sites here either. I call it as I see it. George isn't a chess player. You can't join the game, then cry when it takes an unforeseen turn. He knows how things goes. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Who says that? Now they're talking about Jen again. And they again said, judges don't grant ROs because the petitioner's feelings were hurt, especially when they fully engage in online back and forth with the alleged stalker. Take note, George. Another thing, word of mouth about an upcoming court date is not official notice. I will say this, when it came to my case, I asked the lawyer, I was like, can I not just, because they had not been served and it was 2 months. I filed in the beginning of February, and here I was in court for the third time at the end of March, and they still had not been served. 2 people were not served. And I'm like, can I not ask for another way to serve them? Like, I have email addresses. Can I not just do it myself? And if they acknowledge it, admit that they know about it and see it, and I could provide proof to them admitting with their own voice and their own name that yes, they know about it and they have it. Can I present that to the court and that be enough? No, that will not be proof of service. Only through the UPS, like the UPS would have to send it to them with certified copy, I think is what they said. Like, it would have to be done through the postal service, providing proof that it was sent to them, provided to them, and they have it, or it had to be proof that a process server did it or the sheriff did it. They would not accept me doing it and then them acknowledging it would be enough. They would not accept that. So, but that's here. I don't know how it would work in his state or what they're talking about. But there are some states, y'all, that will let you do it. It's called alternative service. And they will allow you to put it in the newspaper, put it on a public bulletin board, put it somewhere on social media where they can, like, where they will see it, or send it to them or email it to them. And as long as they acknowledge it, that they have it and seen it, and you can provide proof that it was them, that would be enough. There are some states that do that, but I will say that didn't work where I'm at. Oh, now they're talking about Square. Yep, this is Square. Everyone knows his grandpa suffers for his foolishness. Even your supporters admit that much. That was 9 months ago. Oh, they've been around for a minute then. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me look at their account. Maybe they weren't around. Maybe I mistook it. I thought it was 2025 that they started. They've been around for a year. Never mind. Then they go, I bet you're Square. Let's see. And they're defending Britters, it looks like 9 months ago. Who was cool with Britters back then? But they're no longer cool with her now. Just saying. Then a comment, someone made a post, said, liar, liar, now Jules' pants are on fire. No, Jules, Square was gone in at Bambi's. The WV was in your chat for that reason, and you bailed them to deadlies before Square was ever there. You and Britters. The history is all there in your channel. To where this person responds, they're all adults. What's the difference if someone is 10 years older than him unless he is a minor? And then they said, I bet you're Square. So they're defending Jules on this comment. On this post. His grandpa must be so disappointed that he continues to choose YouTube over family. Oh, now they're talking about Sophie's dog 9 months ago. Y'all, the proof is here. All the people that she was fighting with at the exact same time frames. I'm just saying. So they're talking about Sophie's dog 9 months ago. But they're also saying, is he aware of his mental illness and knows YouTube trolls exacerbate his condition? Why does he acknowledge them at all? If he starve a troll, he will move on to find the food. Don't know who that part's about. I guess Square. Square had a 2-year EPO that expired a month ago for threatening a woman named Cammie and her children. Again, 9 months ago. Wait a minute. And then they were talking about Deadly and Square as well. No chances it's anyone but Square. Always watchful equals, and it gives a last name. It gives George's last name, to be exact. 322 is the freak's number. Square is as deplorable as Deadly. They deserve each other. So that account is just strictly talking about all the people she doesn't like. So I don't know. And they go by Grubby something. Never mind. I can't even say the damn name. Let me see what else there is. Excuse me. But 4 minutes goes, we're like, ever heard of the yellow pages? It's not illegal. It's not doxing. But that could be true. That could be said about everybody. So that means we all just come on YouTube and put out your full names, addresses, and everything, and nothing to do about it. Pretty sure that's not how that works. So today I was in Sherelle's most of the day. I was trying to chat where I could, but I was busy most of the day, as y'all know. But when I could chat, I would. But if you weren't there, Sherelle and Perry were covering the whole Diddy trial. Man, who else watched that today? Did anybody else watch the trial today? Because that shit was crazy. And I feel so bad for Cassie, because if y'all know, Cassie, again, is 8.5 months pregnant and having to be on the stand. And she's been on the stand for like 3 days. And tomorrow starts cross-examination. And she could go in labor at any moment. And she was already crying when she was testifying on her part for Diddy. I can't imagine how bad it's going to be for her tomorrow when she has to go through all that shit, because all they're going to do the whole day is try to paint her as it was all consensual. So as we know, Diddy's on trial for racketeering, trafficking, and I forget what else. He is not on trial for DV. Today, like most of the stuff between Diddy and Cassie is DV related, but he's not on trial for that. Let me see. Let me look up exactly his charge before I read what happened today. Racketeering, conspiracy, trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, that is a fact. Transportation to engage in that is a fact. That was proven without a doubt. He did that. Okay. Racketeering, conspiracy, not too sure. Trafficking, I'm not too sure. But here's the thing about trafficking. So we were in Sherelle's and they were saying the trafficking thing. And people are like, but she wanted to do it. She was on board with it too. That doesn't matter. You still will get trafficking cases, whether they consented or not. We should, honestly, this community should know that by now, because the people that did you know what for you know who, they consented. That didn't change the fact that he was getting in trouble for trafficking, right? Just because they're consented does not mean you can't get in trouble for trafficking. The act of going from state to state to state to have people do acts for money is still trafficking. So, and that was proven. In my book, that was proven. So just because Cassie agreed to do these things does not mean it's still not trafficking, because it's admitted with proof and witnesses and plane tickets and all, with text messages proving what these trips were going to be about, or what they were doing on these trips, that they were going to be engaging in. You know what? That's proven. So to people are like, oh, he's going to walk away with no charges because it's just DV. It's not trafficking because she consented. No, does not matter. So again, just the fact that he took her from state to state to state to engage in freak-offs with escorts, and he was paying money for them to do all that, and substances were like, it was a whole thing, y'all. He's already guilty of that. Like, he's going to be found guilty of that. That was definitely proven today and yesterday and the day before. And so I think he's going to definitely get that, and the transportation to engage in prostitution and the racketeering conspiracy. I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure he'll get that too. So anyways, what happened today, let me tell you, it was a doozy. Let me read. Cassie told a lot about her stuff today. She had shared, again, trigger warning, all this. If y'all haven't heard this, it's about what Cassie went through. She did share that he had people urinate in her mouth. And it was one point she almost choked because it was too much, like waterboarding him with it. She admitted to that. She admitted that she said at the end, let me tell you what she said at the end of her testimony today. It was actually pretty, I almost cried for her today. Let's see. I'm trying to tell you the last little bit she said. Give me a second. Let me find it. But if you don't know what's going on with the case, if you watch Sherelle and Perry, they're on from the time it starts to the time it ends. Hold on, y'all. It's taking a minute to upload. Is it? Yeah. Well, I know that they could get in trouble for that, but can the people who accept it? Oh, well, you're just saying because he's going across state lines? By the way, they had these set of escorts that they always use. Like they tried not to use anybody else. Like they didn't just use any and everybody that they could get from the sites. They try to use a few workers that they already were used to, because they wanted to keep their secret a secret. And their secret is that they slept with other people while he watched. Well, she slept with other people while he watched. That was their secret, right? But anytime the other escorts weren't available, they would have to get someone new. And Cassie said, well, that's just going to be another person who knows our secret. Well, but I was in Sherelle's today. Sorry, X is still not loading. I was at Sherelle's, and a lot of people, their main argument is saying Well, she could have just left. It was a one phone call away. She's not a victim. It was one phone call away. Everybody's one fucking phone call away for everything. Everybody is one phone call away. Does that mean there's no victims, or it's you just that's what you get? No. So that bullshit, you can miss me with that. But then other people are like, well, she could have she could have got away. All she had to do was tell somebody. And there was one point, like when she got beat up in the elevator situation, that her friend saw the marks on her and called the cops, and she told the cops what happened, but she didn't say who it was. And people were in Sherelle saying, well, that was her chance right there. She didn't want to get, it's obvious she didn't want to get out. She clearly enjoyed it because she could have left then. Tattling on Diddy is like tattling on the cartel. Do you think you're going to get safe? You think you're going to be safe no matter what? Like the head of the car, how many times has the head of the cartel been arrested? Like what's that guy that's in our prisons now? That shorter cartel boss, what's his name? I forgot the name of that guy. Who is that guy that's in our prison now? The one that likes to escape on bicycles. I mean, not bicycles, motorcycles from prison. Anyways, that guy's the head of the cartel. Do you think those people feel safer just because he's arrested? Or do you still scared of him because he's still calling the shots from prison and he's still got people who are completely loyal to him? So all these people talking shit about, oh, there was nothing to be scared of. She could have just left. That again, just because he's locked up does not mean anybody is safe. One of his witnesses are still missing. She's still missing. I think the person was named Allie Carter, and she's been a victim of Diddy since she was a teenager. And she's missing now. And she was always talking about the case. Like when he got arrested, she came out and she started telling a lot of the stuff that she went through. And there's receipts. We have proof of her in a music video with Diddy. Like that's how she met him. Like there's receipts. She's gone now. And she was always talking online about what she went through with him. She's MIA. Do you think any of these people that are victims of his feel any better because he's in jail? Like I said in Sherelle's, as long as he has money, power, and henchmen, nobody is safe that tattles on him. And for anybody that say, oh, she just didn't want to go. She was just a coward. She was too scared. He's been doing this shit to women and men for over 30 years. Nobody has come forward until now. There's a reason for that. It's not just because Cassie's weak and too scared. No. There's hundreds of victims, probably thousands of victims, and none of them come forward for a reason. And if anybody could actually sit here and say, oh, I would have told, you're a fucking idiot and you must have a death wish, because I would not have told. Not until he was already locked up and his power was gone, like happening now. His power is gone now for the most part, but he still has henchmen. He still has his family that supports all the shit he does. He still has the power. He still has money and he still has all those blackmail information. Like all these videos he created, there's nothing in me that doesn't believe that there's not copies that he has safe with someone else just in case. He even told Cassie when she finally left him, he told Cassie that he would be hurting her and Kid Cudi, which is a rapper that she dated. And so she started dating Kid Cudi. And Sean blew up his car. Diddy blew up his car just because they were talking to each other. And he says, I'm going to hurt you and him, and I'll be out of the country by the time you could say something. So like he was going to be out of the country and have other people do it. So anybody that's trying to shame her or say she's not a victim because she didn't get away, you're a fucking moron. Again, telling on Diddy is like telling on the cartel. You know you're not going to get away. You know you're going to get effed up. It's crazy the amount of victim blaming I saw in Sherelle's chat. And it's not Sherelle. Sherelle's very empathetic to Cassie, and like most of the chat was being very like concerned for Cassie and like feel so horrible for her. But then there was a lot of people that come, oh, Cassie's guilty. Cassie belongs in jail. Cassie's not no victim. Talking hellish shit about her because she didn't get away. And also you miss out that when she agreed to that first freak off was where she got trapped. And that's true to all the women that got with him. The minute they agreed to do one freak off, they were trapped forever. You know why? Because he was recording. And every time Cassie, that's what was exposed in court today. Every time Cassie tried to tell him, I don't want to do those, or I'm about to leave you, I don't want to be with you anymore. He goes, I've got iPads full of images and videos. Don't forget, I have these images and videos. I'm going to release them. And when she started talking to the other rapper, Kid Cudi, Diddy, She tried to get on a plane to leave him, and Diddy got on the same plane as her and sat right next to her, got the same seat next to her. She was trying to get away from him. He sat on the plane. This is how bold he is. He sat on a commercial plane, not a private jet, y'all, not his own plane. He got on a commercial plane sitting right next to Cassie and had his laptop and played videos of freak-offs to show her and said, if you leave or tell anybody, I'm releasing these. That's what he's doing on a commercial flight. That's how drunk on power he was and how powerful he thought he was, how untouchable he thought he was. But every time she talked about leaving, that's what he did. Showed those videos that he's going to be releasing if she did. And they were extremely embarrassing videos. These aren't just videos of her being intimate. They're videos of men urinating on her. And they weren't using protection. And they were all had baby oil all over their bodies. And that was his thing. This whole thing of baby oil, if you didn't know, the reason the baby oil comes into place, because he said his kink is watching people get it on. And he wants their skin glistening. And he would make them stop in the middle of you know what and say, you don't have enough baby oil. You're not shiny enough. Put some more on. And even to the point that he sent one of the escorts out to CVS or Walgreens to get more baby oil to bring back. That's how obsessed he was with their skin glistening on camera, for his view. That's fucking crazy. And y'all understand that all this is being said in the same room as his mother and his sons. The daughters supposedly weren't there today. But people are like, I can't believe the kids have to hear this. If you don't think that those boys allegedly are into the same shit as him, because some reason men think it's cool to teach their sons to also objectify women and cheat on them and do all this other shit to them and talk them into doing shit that's demeaning. If you don't think those boys are not on that shit too, you're an idiot. Oh my gosh, it was, and that's another, if I don't know, see, Sherelle didn't read this, but there was an incident report released today. Y'all want me to read it? From the hotel staff. I'm going to read it real quick. Let's see. I was telling Sherelle and Perry to read the incident report, but there were so many comments. They had like 2,000 people in there, so of course she didn't see it. No big deal, but I was hoping they would read it, but they didn't get around to it, so I'm going to read it real quick. Let me find it. And by the way, tomorrow starts cross-examination. They didn't start it today. They start it tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to read the incident report real quick. So the hotel staff that I'm talking about is the hotel staff from the elevator videos, from the abuse videos that we saw, right? I heard his mom is the reason that he's like this. I saw someone saying that earlier. Look up his mom. She is the reason he's like this. That's crazy. Okay, so it says, today, March 5th, 2016, at approximately 11:14 a.m., I received a call from Instant Services with Wanda stating that she had just gotten a distress call from the 6th floor. Now, in the elevator videos that TMZ released today, the full 15-minute video, no edits. When Diddy came out of the hotel room and she had her purse, an overnight bag, and she was standing at the elevator in a hoodie, right? Diddy came around the corner in his towel and he grabs her by the neck and throws her down and kicks her and she said yesterday in her testimony, he always took my purse and my cell phone anytime I misbehaved. That was his way of controlling her, taking her purse and cell phone. So he comes storming out of the hotel room after the freak off. Cassie had already done the freak off that day. She was wanting to go home. He came running out of the room in the towel and took her purse, her overnight bag, and then took it to the room and then came back and got her phone and then took it to the room. So that verified what she said yesterday. But as he did that, she picked up the phone that was on the wall in the hotel and told them, I need some help. Please get up here. So they go up there. And this is when the incident report came from. Hold on, let me make it large so I can read it better. Okay. So I got the phone call from the 6th floor. I then looked at the camera to familiarize myself with the situation up on the floor. All I saw before I took off immediately was a black male wearing only a towel, walking back and forth. I arrived at the scene at 11:15, so within a minute. I noticed that the male black was rapper Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy. I observed that Mr. Combs was sitting down on the far left chair on the 6th floor, and the female who was closer to the hallway, later identified as CC by Mr. Combs, aka Cassie. I saw the damage that had been done because Sean picked up a vase and threw it at Cassie when they were in the hallway because she wouldn't go back in the room. Let's see. I saw the damage that had been done, and I began to diffuse the situation by advising Mr. Combs to understand his status and the safety and concerns of our guest. He began yelling at Miss Cassie, and I advised both of them to separate from each other, that it wasn't convenient for both of them to continue this, especially in the hallway in a towel. I then proceeded to advise him to return back to his room. Mr. Combs began to offer me a bribe. He said, "You take care of this, and I got you. Let's go to my room." I then responded with, "Sir, I know who you are," while extending my arm for him to shake his hand. And all I said is, and all I ask is for respect for the guests and myself. So do me the favor and let's return you to your room. He got up and began to walk to his room. As we made our way down to the north hallway, Miss Cassie was behind us, coming from the south hallway. Mr. Combs noticed her while turning back and began to raise his voice. I then told him that if he didn't respect the guest, then he would be escorted off the property. We walked over to his room 602, and when he went inside and Miss Cassie was told to leave by Mr. Combs, she did just that. Mr. Combs opened the door and brought out a currency band wrapped around $100 and told me again, "Thank you." And I said, he gave me $100 bill. He handed me currency band wrapped around $100 and told me again, "Thank you. And if you take care of this, I will take care of you." I declined the money. It's very small writing. I'm sorry. I declined the money and told Mr. Combs that all we needed was for him to stay in his room and check out, which is today. I left the scene at 11:25 a.m. I took the elevator down and I saw Miss Cassie, and I advised her that I do not want him to see her. So I walked her over to the valet office until her ride got there. I asked her that we would need some information from her to stand by. I then walked over on M.O. Maud Adea's office and advised him of the situation, that I needed him present. We then walked over to Miss Cassie, and she was unable to locate. We then went up to the 6th floor and took pictures of the guest lobby, elevator landing, and made our way to the guest room 602. Maud Addy wanted to introduce himself and let him know of the hotel rules and to advise him that the damages would be charged to his room. When Mr. Combs came over, he was about to start yelling, still in his towel, and Maud Addy and I stopped him before he did, and advised him that we were not there to make a bigger scene. It already was. He saw Maud Addy holding his phone, and he automatically assumed he was being recorded by us, so he grabbed his hand and told him to back off, and took his hand away from Maud Addy. He was then told no one was recording him, and the safety and the privacy of the guests is important to the hotel. And if he tried to do something like this, he would get kicked out and escorted off the property by LAPD. Which I didn't understand. Oh, wait, that's right. The hotel, it was the Intercontinental in LA. It was in LA, I forgot. He calmed himself down and apologized and said, "It's just that I don't want to lose everything, and I can lose it all." We then reassured him all that, as if he cared. Honestly, you don't want to lose everything when you're doing all this shit and you're literally out in a hotel room, like in the hallway in a towel, beating on your girl who's also famous. You don't want to lose it all, but you should have thought about that before you did all the other shit, you moron. So anyways, he was trying to offer bribe money to the hotel staff to keep it quiet. Let's see. So, like I said, the staff was really bad. And then people were trying to question whether Cassie was actually crying on her stand yesterday. And then some people are like, she's not even crying while she talks about this. So fucking what? It happened a long time ago, first off. And if you told the story multiple times and actually went through all the trauma and the grief and went to counseling, like Cassie's in counseling, you're not going to cry every time you talk about it. You're not. I have been through hell and back. I don't cry every time I talk about certain situations because I've just gotten used to it. It's just something I know. Like, it's just a part of my life now. And it's something, not no secret, as we all know. But maybe the first time you're going to cry during it. But, like, And then people are saying, oh, but the DA handed her a tissue before she even started crying. Here's the thing. They've already interviewed her. They know exactly what she's going to say. She has already had to tell this story to the prosecutor, to the DA, to the detective. They've already ran through her lawyers. They've already ran through this testimony so many times that she's used to it. And so is the DA. So if there's something extremely sensitive that's going to come up, the DA is just, they're going to be aware what's coming up because they already know the questions that are going to be coming. They already know the kind of direction they're going to be leading it and whether it's extremely sensitive for her to speak out. So if they hand her tissues, not mean, oh, they're wanting her to cry on cue to look bad to make it look, more believable for the jury. It's just, they already know that something sensitive is about to come up that she's going to talk about and she's going to need a tissue. It's that simple. Like everybody's got all these conspiracies, and she's not a real victim. Look, real victims are the people in Lifetime movies. I'm pretty sure those are actors. Actors and actresses. I'm pretty sure that's the epitome of not being a real victim. Idiots. And everybody sensationalized for TV when you become a movie. Morons. God, the ignorance in that chat was maddening. So maddening. But look, that's a real victim. It's just such bullshit. And then she wasn't chained up in a basement. It doesn't matter. He threatened to K her all the time. He threatened to K her mother. He threatened to K people that she was in relationships with in the past. He said he was going to release and this is someone who was still up and coming artist when he was threatening to release these S videos of her. And everybody knows that's a death sentence on your trust me, we got more stupidity. I'm going to tell you, they said that's a death sentence for her career, especially she's just starting out. So he had a lot of leverage. But someone also said, but it's just an S tape. She should have just released her own S tapes because Kim and Pears released their S tapes, and look at them. They're millionaires because of it. It probably would have done her career good if she released it. It's the same thing. It's not the same thing. Cassie was being forced to have to sleep. Well, he's the one that brought it up to her, and she felt she had to do it or else. If she pissed him off, she was going to get beat on. He was going to release videos. He was going to attack her family, all that. So for that reason, she just felt like what she had to do. But nonetheless, trying to compare that to what Paris and Kim, their videos were with men they loved. It was consensual. They were not being humiliated and having demeaning things done to their bodies, like being urinated on for everybody to see and make fun of and be disgusted at her for it. It was an S tape with men they were in love with, and all that other shit wasn't into play. That their boyfriends weren't sitting in the chair jerking the chicken while they were getting, by other men that they didn't know and without protection and while they were on substances. It's not the same thing. Like the ignorance of that as well. To compare that to the Paris and Kim tape. And by the way, Kim and Chris were on board with releasing the tape. They were the reasons it was released. They both knew about it, and they were paid $1 million for it. I think they were paid more than that by the company that bought it and released it. All this shit that Kim didn't know, and all that whole thing was bullshit. And it's not just, I'm just saying that it's been come out as fact since then, that they were on board with it to release it. She did. She says she tried to walk out into traffic. I'm going to actually read some of the stuff for if you missed it and just want to know. But here's the thing. A lot of the comment, a lot of it went away. So I don't know where all these tweets go because a lot of the testimony disappears. If you don't read within the first 5 minutes of it going, it goes away. I don't know where he puts it, but I'll read some of it before it disappears because it will disappear. It says, what happened when you fought back? She's Cassie. I did that more earlier on in the relationship. It would make you more violent when it pushed me harder. Defense, objection to the speculation. Judge, overruled. How would Sean react if he fought back? Anger. Lawyer, DA. Yesterday you testified about Sean going armed to look for Suge Knight. Cassie, Sean took pew-pews with him. And he told you to ask escorts if they were cops? I would begin by saying I was not a cop. Sean told you to do that? Yes. What did you say here? I've been told there was a sexually explicit video out there about me, so I reached out to Sean. Then what? Well, we were driving back to New York City from Atlantic City to talk to his DJ. There's still some issues with the privacy screen. So then they were on break, I think, at some point. So we'll put that off and do something else. So they were going to show evidence. So Okay, they had to take a break earlier because they were going to show evidence to the jury, but they didn't want anybody in the crowd to see it. They only wanted the jury and Cassie and the judge and the lawyers to see what was on the screen. So they had to take a break and put privacy screens up. But they said there's some issues with the privacy screen, so we'll put that off and do something else now. Judge, okay, welcome back, Ms. Ventura. Bring in the jury. Again, it's all out of order too. We just heard this morning about videos on his devices, so this is relevant. Okay, that's their argument about the videos. Jurors, you can take your lunch. See, it's all out of order. 5 hours ago. Let me see if I can find where it starts. I mean, some of these are just disappeared. Sean kicked me in the back. I got a bruise. Where'd you go? To my hotel with the burner phone. The room was torn up. Someone peed all over the floor, pooped in the toilet, and didn't flush it. It was gross. This was just before Christmas, so this was one of the last interactions with him. Where'd you go? To Scott's house. Then I talked. Scott is Kid Cudi, the rapper. Then I talked with Capricorn Clark, one of Sean's assistants. Then what? I went to the house Sean was staying at. He told me he would release videos and hurt Scott and I, a.k.a. the rapper that he blew the car up. What videos? They were freak-off videos of me. Who did you stay in touch with? Most of the people, though I pulled away. What did you message Sean about after that? Just checking in. What did he send you? He said he had iPads full of images and to get him his money. So more blackmail for money. That's sextortion. Did you ever have S with him again? Yes, voluntarily. We had a good night. I went back to his house. Can you explain why you did that after he SA'd you? We had been together for 10 years. Yeah, so like all the other comments are gone. So I don't know where this person puts the comments after the day. But like if you go on Sherelle's, they say word by word as it's happening. But she spoke today about, again, there were multiple escorts. She said, the reason I want to come forward about this now, she goes, I don't want to hold these secrets anymore. She said, I disposed of people like they were trash. Escorts, assistants, anybody. And she said how the whole thing ended, and she got away from Sean, by the way. So she was dating her now husband, who is a martial arts professional. Like I think they said he's got multiple, like he's extremely skilled in martial arts. And Sean had hired him to train Cassie, right? So that's how she met him. And they're still together today, thank God. But he's the reason she got away. But before it all ended, she had told her family about some of the stuff Diddy did. And she started going to grief therapy. And the therapist told her she should start writing about what happened. So Cassie said she wrote a whole book about everything that Diddy did to her, chapters and everything. And what she did is she released it to Diddy's assistant and told Diddy's assistant, I want this to go to him so he reads this. Oh girl, yeah, you're missing it all. So she said she wrote a book about everything she went through as part of her therapy, and she said I wanted Sean to read it. I wanted him to read what I had to say. And so they're like, well, how did you give it to Diddy? She goes, I gave it to his assistant and told him I want Sean to read it. She said she was asking $30 million to not release it. Like she was going to release it, but they were asking how much money for her not to release it. So she said $30 million. And of course they settled on $20 million, and she agreed to not release it. And people were in the chat like, well, then how is this all happening? Her civil thing with Diddy does not stop charges from the state and the government. That's how it's happening. So his whole thing of, I'll pay you off if you keep quiet, that doesn't work if the government wants to pick charges up on you. Your bribes only and your hush-hush money only works with those people. It will not work with the freaking government it shouldn't. It shouldn't for the most part. There are a lot of people who are shady and probably would have hit it for him with that amount of money. But these are charges from the state, and like these are federal and state charges. I think they're just in federal right now. How long has Allie been missing? I had no idea. She's been missing for a week. Let me see. And they just say one of the witnesses, but Kevin Hart supposedly let it out that witness that's missing is Allie Carter. It says key witness remains AWOL. That was 2 days ago. 5 days ago, key witness in Sean Diddy Combs' federal trial cannot be located. I'm trying to see how far it goes back. 6 days ago, star witness missing ahead of Sean Diddy Combs' trial. But people are trying to figure out who it is. But like I said, it's already been released that it's Allie. And Allie said she was supposed to be going to testify and participate in this case. And she's MIA. And if y'all don't know who Allie is, let me show you. She was a dancer in one of his videos. But she also, here's the thing about Allie, y'all. She also said Jay-Z was a part of this whole thing too. Like Jay-Z was a part of this shit that they did to her. Allie Carter vanishes after revealing Diddy's dark secrets. That was a month ago, y'all. So she's been missing for a month. Allie Carter disappearance sparks outrage after leaking. Allie Carter's sudden disappearance has ignited widespread outrage after she exposed the alleged location of Diddy's secret ritual site. Let me try to show y'all what she looks like real quick, for those that don't know. She's extremely beautiful, but y'all, she has been talking about this for years, and now this is all happening. And she said for years since Diddy got arrested and all this started to come out, she was always been scared to talk about it. She just started talking about it like right before he got arrested, right? But she said she was going to be a part in the trial, and she would be testifying against anybody who was a perpetrator against her, because it wasn't just him. There's multiple celebrities that have done this to her since she was a kid, by the way. Trafficked as a kid. She spoke about the tunnels under Diddy's house they used to move her from location to location, from house to house. Like she spoke about, and again, she said a lot of celebrities in Hollywood are doing this, and a lot of celebrities are moving kids via plane from place to place to place to do exactly what Diddy's doing to people. So she's like, I'm going to be a part of this. I'm going to be there. I'm going to show support. I know Cassie's telling the truth, like all this. And you're going to tell me right before court, she just disappears, but no foul play, nothing wrong. She just disappears, decides I'm not going to be involved. She's subpoenaed. Like the cops and everybody are trying to find her and they can't. This is not just someone, who they just didn't want to go testify. She's gone. Something, if you can't look, I think she has more evidence against Diddy than even Cassie. I think she has more than they do, because she said he's been doing that since she was, I think she said 12. Well, I'm going to show you a picture of her real quick. Let me just take a picture instead of sharing the screen. Give me a second. But people were acting all shocked, by the way, in Sherelle's, like, I can't believe this is how they used to live. Let me enlighten you. Most of the Hollywood is living like the people who do the party scene. This is a normal thing to them. Because y'all know how I'm friends with Lil Wayne's ex-girlfriend, Kim. She was just a normal woman. She was a fitness model, is what she was. Lil Wayne, she reached out to Lil Wayne how much she was a fan of his since he started. She's always been a huge fan of Lil Wayne. She just reached out to him one day, and he responded and said he was going to fly, like tell her to come to have her come to Miami, and she went. And this is not alleged. I've seen the pictures of them cuddled up together. She sent me the pictures of they're outside on this. There's this huge porch that they have outside of is Lil Wayne's condo in Miami. Well, one of his, but they're out on this balcony, this huge porch, and they're on like the patio furniture, and she's on the couch with her legs one way, and Lil Wayne is like laying on her chest, and you see his hair and his tattoos is Lil Wayne. I've seen those pictures. I have those pictures. I also have pictures where he's laying on her chest inside, and he's got like 3 dreads. That's about it. But I've got multiple pictures of them together. So she's not lying. But she was just a regular Texas girl, just a single mom, fitness model. She reached out to Lil Wayne. She's always been a fan. He asked if she wanted to come visit. She was head over heels crazy about it. She's like, hell yes. probably like a lot of women became victims of Diddy. And anybody that's going to be like, oh, I would never. It's easy to say if you're not in that position. Like, it's easy to say, think of someone that you are the biggest fan of ever, like someone that you're actually into, the biggest crush of ever, and you reach out to them, they're like, hey, why don't you come out and visit? And you go out there and visit, and they start talking about how I'm kind of into you. I might give this a try, but you'd have to be willing to be intimate with other people and whatnot. You think a lot of people won't do that? I mean, I personally wouldn't because it grosses me out, but I think a lot of women would do that. And I think a lot of men would do that for famous celebrities like women. Welcome back, Kendra. Yeah, she should have been protection. They dropped the ball. They completely dropped the ball, not protecting Allie. So, anyways, so Kim went out to Lil Wayne's condo, actually to his house in Miami. And when she first walked in, he gave her the address. He first told her, I'm going to fly you out here. I already have a hotel that I'm going to have a limo come pick you up from the airport. And my security is going to take you to I'm telling y'all some dirt on Lil Wayne. And look, you'll see sometime. She might come on my channel sometime, she said, and do an interview. So he's like, I'm going to send you a limo to come to my place. So he sent the limo. And when she showed up to his huge mansion in Miami, right there on the ocean, she said she walked in the door and he was just standing right there in his living room. And this huge, it was just marble everywhere in his mansion. And she said she walked in and there he was. And she just froze. She could not believe it was really him. The whole time she was going there, she thought, this is not real. This is not real. Even though she messaged his verified account on Instagram, yes, that is Lil Wayne that's actually messaging on that account. It is not Steph. It's actually him. If you ever wondered, you can actually write Lil Wayne if you go to his Instagram, his verified account, that is. It's him. So she said the whole time she thought it was bullshit. She was being scammed. Like, she was on alert. But when she walked in and saw him standing there, that's when she was like, this is legit. And he's the one that, like, she started getting closer to him. They started seeing each other. And he said, I want you to quit your job in Dallas. I don't want you to work. I don't want you staying. I don't want you staying in Texas anymore. I want you to come to Miami. And y'all know what she had to do? She just had to sit and wait for his call. There would be times it'd be weeks without not hearing a thing from him. But then about 3 or 4 in the morning, she got a text about come over, or he was going to come over, or get ready, or whatever. And she would just have to do it, like be on his hand, like wait on him hand and foot. And a lot of celebrities are doing that to women, especially rappers. So she would have to wait on him hand and foot, and it didn't matter if she had something else going on, or if there was one time she told him she wanted to go work, and he said absolutely he would not let her go work. She wanted a job. He would not let her. He said, your job is to wait in the condo that he was paying for. It was a penthouse condo in Miami. Her job was to wait until he was ready to take her out of the box and play. Take her out of the toy box and play. And she had to do things she had never done before, and she would never do. Oh yeah, she's okay. She's okay. She had to go in hiding for a little bit because Lil Wayne is a P. Diddy 2.0. And there will be a case like we're seeing now that's on Diddy. That's going to be Lil Wayne instead. And if you didn't hear what happened over Mother's Day, so he was dating this woman named Denise Bidot, I think is how you say her name. When Kim was dating Lil Wayne, he got with that Denise woman. Kim was there first before Denise, but he told her he had to put up with appearances from his company, like his business. He could only date certain type of women. He doesn't even like the women that have fake bodies, that have all had cosmetic surgery. He's not into women with the big boobs and big butt and fake, like the fake bodies, the plastic bodies. He is not into that. He only wants natural women. He loves natural women and trans women who haven't fully transitioned. That's his thing. So he said he had to show up with Denise, had to stay with Denise for appearances. And the woman he had before that, he said it was only for appearances for red carpets. He was not allowed to show up to these red carpets with Kim, who he was actually into and actually in love with, or any of the other women he was actually into. He could only show up with who they approved of. So Denise went live over the weekend and said that on Mother's Day, Lil Wayne kicked her out of their place and kicked her and their daughter out of their place. I don't know if it's their daughter or her daughter, but kicked them out and made them homeless. And here's the thing, when Kim tried to tell her what he was doing, she went off on little, like, not Kim, little, did I say little Kim? When Kim is trying to tell Denise what he was about, how dangerous he is, she just went off on Kim instead. Treated her like shit, called her a slut, called her a whore, treated her like shit when she knew was with Lil Wayne before he got with her. And it was him that was cheating, not Kim. And he was doing it with multiple other women, but she had to be intimate. And that she wrote a tell-all book. So I'm not telling you anything she hasn't shared publicly. Just so you know, she had to delete the tell-all book because she was being threatened by Lil Wayne. But she had a tell-all book, and this were all that. That's how I read the whole book, and then I reached out to her, and we became very close and became like sisters over that time. But she's good, y'all. She's back, and she's okay. She had to go into hiding because what happened, but she's slowly coming back out, and there's going to be a lot more coming out in the future. There's criminal cases going to be happening, but he made her sleep with women that were transitioning but not fully transitioned, as in he wanted them to have their chest done but nothing else. That was his thing. He's into both of those. Like he's not into fully transition women, and he's not into men. And he's not into just he likes women for sure, natural women, but he also, that's his kink, is for Kim to be intimate with. And he liked to do the voyeurism too, mind you. He didn't get involved. He just liked to watch. So, and Kim had to do that. And she had to take on multiple partners before just to make him happy. And if she didn't make him happy, he beat the shit out of her. He used his security to beat the shit out of her. And it got so bad that her situation is a lot like Cassie's, except she wasn't famous. She was well known in the fitness industry, but she's not famous like Cassie was. So he had a lot more power, but did the same damn thing. Yes. Yeah. I found her. Thank God. And I told her, I was like, girl, I am so sorry. I was telling people that I was worried about you. People told me you died. I cried over you. I really thought that happened. She goes, I know, everybody did. She goes, but I couldn't come forward yet. But now she's back. And she said, what's happening with Diddy is the same thing that she's been through. And there's going to be a trial with Lil Wayne. He is really into old men. Who? Lil Wayne? I haven't heard her ever say he's into older men. Like I said, his main thing is the thing that she said that she had to do was she had to sleep with women that were transitioning but not fully transitioned yet. And she would have never done that if it wasn't for him. She's never done that before, never done it since, but she felt she had to. And the one time she did try to leave, he got his security to beat the shit out of her. And but she was still in love with him and still wanted to. She thought that was just a side of him because of the substances, because he is an addict as well. He's very into substances and using them. And she said when he's not using, he is a sweetheart. But when he was using, that's when this persona came out where he was diddified. So yeah, it's going to be a doozy. And she said she would speak about it on my channel. And if she goes to court, she would like me to come meet her and be with her when she does. And I totally will. But I told her how I talked about it, how I've been raising hell about what a piece of shit Lil Wayne has been. I said, when I thought you passed away, I was telling everybody that I was not going to let it go, what he did to you. And I would continue to tell your story so people knew the truth about Lil Wayne. And so you wouldn't be, wouldn't be forgotten what he did to you. And she's like, by the way, so I don't know if I told y'all before. Remember I told y'all, or maybe I told you, maybe I did. I can't remember. Did I ever tell you that someone reached out to me? I think I did, actually. Remember I told y'all someone, anonymous account, reached out to me on Instagram asking about what Lil Wayne did to her? Do y'all remember that? I said this random account reached out to me and said that their friend was also dating Lil Wayne. And hold on one second. Y'all, give me 1 second. Princess needs to tell me something. Okay, so yes, I did tell y'all how a random account reached out to me. I'll tell y'all what it said for those that don't know. Give me a second. Let me go to my Instagram. And it came out of nowhere as an account I've never seen. And I remember I told y'all I felt it was suspicious at first. I told y'all back then that I told that person, if you can provide me proof that your friend is dating Lil Wayne, I'll tell you what I know. But if you can't prove to me that your friend's dating Lil Wayne, I'm not going to say everything that my friend went through. Right? Okay. Aw, thank you. Yeah, I've always been pissed about it, Wendy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, wait. Princess, come here. I'm going to tell you something. Princess. It's unmuted, but I need to tell you something. Someone sent me $25 for your birthday. And then my other friend, M to the B, she's in the chat. She sent a $20 super chat today, but I won't get it till next month, but I'm going to go ahead and apply it today when I take you shopping. So you want to say thank you to Michelle?
Thank you.
But and I already told you about my friend last month that sent 100. But here's the bad thing about the only bad thing. So because she did it through Google Apple Play, $50 is all that comes to me. So that's what you'll get. Okay? But you have all that to spend today. But I think you should only spend some of it, and then we'll spend more another time when you have more places.
I need to.
All right, give me one. Hold on, let me say thank you real quick to Into the B because she just gifted memberships. Let me call everybody out, and then I'll mute so you can tell me. 1 second. Okay, looking beyond. Joy, Karma is a cat. Oh, I'm so glad Karma's a cat got one. I've got to figure out why you can't see me and vice versa. Karma's a cat, so you could come in here and use the emojis. I think everybody else could see you. Sandy Smith and What the F, who clearly is a Hive member because they have the B avatar. But those are all memberships given by M to the B. So if y'all see her, make sure you say thank you. Oh, M to the B says, oh, you're very welcome, Princess. Have a wonderful day, sweetheart. Miss Joanna said happy birthday. Miss Wendy said happy birthday. My friend Stan, like everybody said happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right, y'all give me 1 second. Miss Liability is another friend that said happy birthday, sweetie. Words, they can't see you.
Thank you.
She said thank you. I'm going to mute real quick. We're still talking. 1 second. Okay, and my friend Kendra said, happy birthday, kiddo. She sounds so sweet, so sweet, so sweet. And then Coins is another friend. I've been friends with him for a long time. He also says, happy birthday, princess.
Aw, thanks. You're making me blush.
And yes, she is very sweet. I can't say that enough. All right, y'all, I'm going to hang out with you while I put on some makeup. Okay, so like I said, that random account reached out to me, and Oh, shit, I was supposed to tell you what he said. Do I need mute, sweetie? Huh? All right, I'm mute 1 second. All right, y'all. She has to be on the porch to look for bugs. All right, give me a second. Let me go to my right IG. So much to. I don't even think I'm going to get dolled up, y'all. I'm just going to go. And I don't ever do that, but we're kind of running out of time. I'm going to read this and then I'm going to get going, okay? But George, if you watch the replay of this, you got a lot of bullshit going on, dude. You need to go report those posts that are doxing your brother. That is effed up. All right, what am I trying to go to? Okay. Go to my emails. Not my emails, my Instagram messages. Okay. Dude, they deleted it. Those assholes. They deleted it now. I sent it to Kim, though. I took a screen grab when it happened and sent it to Kim. And she's like, that's Lil Wayne and his team. So they had reached out and said, can you tell us what kind of things that Kim told you, what kind of things she's been through so I can protect my friend that's dating Lil Wayne? And I didn't give him the information. She goes, thank God I didn't give him information. That I know for a fact that that's an account tied to Lil Wayne and his team. I was like, but why would they know anything about me? She goes, because you said you were talking about it right online. I said, yes. She goes, they see everything. So good. Watch this. Kiss my ass. Damn it. I can't believe they deleted it. I'll tell you my response though. My response was not that much. But I said, if she's in danger, if that's true, I could tell you what I know if she can prove she's with Wayne. I don't want to share what he did to Kim if not. I hope you understand, as she's no longer with us. Told y'all I legit thought she was gone, but I sent that to I did keep saying it. I sent that to Kim so she could see it. And she's like, that's more evidence I needed. She goes, but that proves just how far they were going. Wait, who's this? Hold on. Okay. But I'm glad I didn't respond to it and tell them everything. But again, y'all, she did write a tell-all book, and I wish she didn't take it down because it was a good book. I read that whole book in one night. I took the kids camping, and we were out at the camps. We all went to my friend's property, the friends that I used to live next door to at the resort, and which one of them will be coming visit me very soon. So I might be doing streams with the guests soon, but I've missed them. So anyways, we were over at their property. And again, I think we were camping because Prince's birthday was coming up and that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to do camping for her birthday. So we all went to the campsite and we all had, hi, there's Captain Howdy, the person that's been saying they talked to the prosecutor tied to George. So we all went camping. And while I was there is when I had the book and I read the entire book that night. I didn't sleep even one bit. I was so tied to this book. It was so good. And Kim did such a good job at really making you feel like you were there. And she gave it was very detailed. I wish so bad I still had it. It was so good. Y'all would lose your mind if you read everything that Lil Wayne has done to her and her loved ones and whatnot. But Lil Wayne made her delete it. She was making a lot of sales on it. She was becoming very famous off that book. A lot of people were talking about her. Kia, I think Kia is that rapper's name. The one that sings, is it Milkshake? That's not her. Hold on. What's this? There's one singer that was very, very famous back in the 90s. And now she's like a YouTuber. And she was reading the whole book. And she was responding to everything. And it was crazy. But like I said, then Kim had to delete it because Wayne told her to. So, Howdy, you said you talked to the prosecutor for George's stuff. That doesn't look good for Jules, if so. I do agree on the fact that I wouldn't have myself given out a name and a number for anybody, but you can no longer say he's lying about the situation, because if you called and spoke to the prosecutor yourself and it's the right woman and it's the right phone number and they know who George is, they clearly, George is telling the truth. Right? So I would stop putting those comments. It's actually, you're not the one. It's that hot shoe or hairy shoe, whatever the hell they were. They were the ones that are constantly saying that George must have lied about it. No prosecutor would do an interview. No prosecutor would give a shit about online harassment. Lies. Yes, they do. That harassment is a charge. People, look it up. Harassment is a charge. In fact, if they do get charges on Jules, she will not be the only one in our community with that charge. Mark my words. There will be harassment, cyberbullying, and stalking charges coming out. So she won't be the only one if it does go through. And there's evidence for all those charges for one individual I just said. It's already not, it's alleged. No, proven. It's been proven. Like, without a shadow of a doubt, proven facts that those things happen. So we cannot sit here and say George is lying. Did y'all block Howdy? Y'all didn't have to. They didn't misbehave yet. As long as they're not doxing or talking shit. But I do think they should leave the whole George thing alone. If they're not Jules, you should leave it alone, because it's only going to backfire for her. And it's not going to help anything. Sorry, I'm putting on my mascara as I'm trying to talk to y'all. Hey, I dropped the link. You want to come up? I really wanted Jen to come up and talk, because I feel like she just needs a cheering up. I feel like Jen's energy is really down today. I feel like she's not in a good space today. So I was going to go live and drop the link for Jen to come up, but I don't think she's here. Howdy, what happened? Why'd you go silent? And let me say this. So allegedly, Maureen Moe, y'all remember she supposedly got P-bombed by JT? If you are a content creator and you're dropping the link and random people come up that you don't, or actually, it doesn't matter if they're random people or people that have names that you are used to. It doesn't fucking matter. If you are dropping the link and someone comes up, you need to have an overlay up before you put them on the screen. Before you take them from the backstage to the what's it called? The stage. Before you bring them up, you need to have an overlay that covers the whole screen up, or at least their part up. And then let them talk. And then once you can verify their voice is legit and they're not someone that's just coming up to P-bomb you, then you could drop it back down. And if it's someone that you've never met and you don't recognize the voice and you don't trust the energy, just leave it up the whole time they're up, and you won't have to worry about P-bombs, and you won't have to edit, and you won't have to worry about your channel being messed up. And I am so glad I figured that out a long time ago. And I started sharing it with other people, and I think other people started doing it. Like, I keep trying to tell John when he used to go live, I was like, start putting an overlay up before you bring someone up so you don't get P-bombed. But Maureen Moe went live the other day, and she didn't do that. She's new to streaming. She doesn't do a lot of live videos. But she had dropped the link, and then someone came up talking normal, and then they P-bombed. So like I said, if you don't trust the account, leave the overlay up. Because they could still hear everybody talk. Oh. Wait, I was worried on my birthday some random. Who came up? Do you know? Jen was in Kendra's earlier. She wasn't, but her energy's off today, I'm telling you. Coins, are you watering our flowers back there? Are you watering our bushes? It's been a drought lately since you've been MIA. Oh, Selena's got gifted a membership earlier. Look, the memberships are good for the emojis. I do put stuff on memberships, y'all. Every month, I make sure there's videos and stuff going on memberships and posts and whatnot. One second. I'm about done, y'all. Like I said, I'm not going to get too dolled up. I had my makeup on already and I wasn't going to go anywhere else. But then, like I said, Princess, like, she wanted to wear a dress for birthday. So now I got to put it back on. Oh, I got another request to review some more skincare today. Now I'm to the point I'm going to have too much skincare. Because I have the first ones that they gave me that you're supposed to use before makeup, which I am obsessed with. I will not do a full face of makeup without the Korean skincare stuff they gave me, 2 months ago? And then they messaged me a month ago and said, we have more stuff we want you to review. And it was like that semen shit, you know? And they want me to review that. And that was 3 different items they gave me. But I don't understand. It's just skincare. That's not for makeup. So, yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I still have to review it because that's part of the deal. So I got to upload that. And like I said, today I got a request to review 2 more items of Korean skincare. So like now I'm going to be too full of my vanity is going to be full of Korean skincare. But I am excited about it because I've always wanted to get like PR packages. I think that's so cool. So if it doesn't work for me, I'll send it to someone else. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if I could do that or who I would send it to. But like I said, so I got 3 other items I got to review, and it's skincare. So I can't it's not going to be with makeup. I'll just do my eyes, my eye makeup, but not do the rest like I did the last time. 1 second. All right, y'all. She's growing impatient and we're running out of time before the store's closed. So I got to get going. We still got to get an Uber and that could take some time. And it's already getting late. It's already 8:37. Probably within 30 minutes, I'll be able to get an Uber. And we're just going to be shopping for like an hour since it's a school night. But nonetheless, I got to get going. Got to go get dressed. I'm just going to wear like a shirt and sweats. I honestly don't care. I'm already tired today and drained today and whatnot. But I wanted to do 2 streams to make up for last night, y'all, and make up for being MIA because I hate being MIA from here. I feel like I'm leaving you guys hanging, and I feel like I'm letting people down when I did. Like I'm not here for a while, but there, like I said, Princess had a really bad loss recently, and that came first. Nothing was going to come before being there for her and helping her work through it. And there was a funeral we had to go to, and yeah. So I hope you understand. And then I have all that court shit still going on. Like I said, next week I still have court. Fingers crossed. I'm confident it's going to go my way because of the history, you know. But if anybody does any doxing or plays any of my content or makes any threats towards me or says that Amy or Keaton are feeding them information, please record it and send it to me. Send it to my email. Please. I need all of it. If they do anything, if they just talk shit outside that, I don't care. Talk to your blue in the face or until you get another child to go buy you substances, allegedly. I don't care. But anything other, but like I said, those 3, doxing, threatening me harm in any way, shape, or form, or doing things like saying Keaton or Amy or helping them with anything or feeding them any information, please let me know. I need it and something will be done with all of it. But fingers crossed for George that things go his way. Like I say, y'all didn't need to call the prosecutor's office, but then again, I knew that someone was going to eventually do that. That being said, I don't believe that they're telling y'all anything in depth about the case because it's an ongoing criminal investigation that's already it's still ongoing. It's not over, and you're not a participant in it. I don't feel they told you the secrets of what's going on. I don't. All the time, people used to say, oh, I talked to this or that pretending to me, and they never fucking did. It was just talking shit to try to get me to say more so they could choke on their own spit at this point. You know what I mean? So let's see. Before we get going, I'm going to play a little video to say thank you again to Into the Beat for the memberships.
And the truth shall set you free, motherfuckers. And there it is. And there it is.
Selena's is here. Is Selena's here? Selena's is here. Is she? No, she's not. Y'all lies. Y'all say not Selena Gomez. Y'all are saying Selena, and I thought she was here. Selena's aquí. Selena's aquí. It says Selena's aquí is how they say it. It's here. Anyways. Another person says, happy birthday, princess. Hey, Genevra. Hello, Genevra. Long time no see. I sent you a message.
I love y'all all.
She loves you all. Healing hustle with D. What's up, D? Wait, what? What? We need to do a stream just to go off, D? I haven't heard nothing. She should not be talking about your son. Why the fuck would she be talking about your son? D said, happy birthday, princess.
Thank you. I love you.
We're going to go shopping for her birthday, y'all. She wants a dress.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la. Go look fancy. Go get dolled up.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
He's gonna tell me his lame dad jokes. And I have to do a test tomorrow.
Take your time on it and you'll do fine. It's when
No,
you rush.
It's an English test.
Oh, you'll do fine. You're great on those.
It's for the book that we just read. It's pretty good. It's by Agatha Christie. Then There Were None.
What's it about?
Where there's like 10 people that go to an island,
Mhm.
this giant mansion, and they each get killed,
That's depressing.
but they have to figure out what the murder is, and it's based on a poem.
That's confusing.
10 little.
Don't say certain words. You're going to be in trouble. We'll talk about it after this, y'all. All right. I'm about to be done. Stay right there, though, so I can see you. You got the message this evening. She should not be talking about your son, and anybody else, anybody who's listening to that and hearing her, Jules, talk about D's son, you're foul. Y'all need, like, they need to make you remind, are you against talking about deceased loved ones, or are you for it? Are you against outing information about family loved ones, or are you against it? Like, y'all keep switching it up, because y'all say you're against it when it's done to Jules, but when Jules does to other people, like she did to Bambi, like you're talking about a cat. They're over there talking about a cat, Jules' dead cat or something like that. While Jules was sitting there talking in detail about Bambi's husband and telling people that he killed himself when he did not. Jules was saying, I want people to put banners up on the tower that he took his life from, and he didn't. So make it make sense. I am so sorry, D. No one should be doing that. That's the last thing you need to fucking hear. But I haven't heard nothing. I haven't heard her say anything, but I haven't watched her in weeks because I can't stomach the shit she says anymore. She is so evil to Jen. But ask people to send you the clip before you get too upset. There is no truth to that. As someone who has done a full 4-hour reading for D and connected with her son, there's no truth to that. None. He knew his mama loved him and he loved her. So knock that shit off. Hey, Sly. I haven't heard nothing, y'all. Maybe if the chat heard it, I don't know. Here, I'm going to let y'all talk about it while I go get dressed. I'm going to take you with me. I just can't do it while I'm sitting there, you know. Has anybody heard Jules talk anything about D's son, y'all, before she gets too upset? I don't know where that. There is. Oh, shit, I forgot I had this dress. Hold on, y'all. I forgot about this dress. I think I'm just going to wear my dress. I'm going to turn the computer just in case, because God forbid the camera comes on. I don't know. Do I want to wear a dress or do I just want to wear sweats and call it a day? Let me think. I vote. I vote shirt and sweats. I'll save the dress for when I take Princess out to eat for her birthday. Because I literally forgot I had that dress. And I want to be like relaxing after work, not being dresses in high heels. They're not high heels. They're like sandals with wedges. I haven't heard anything, but I can hardly stand a listener, so I don't know. Well, Dee, do me a favor, because there's a lot of trolls going around trying to get people to fight, by telling bullshit. Tell them to send you a clip. I'm going to wear the shirt with the skull on it instead. I was going to wear one of my baseball jersey looking t-shirts, but I'm going to wear the skull one. I'll just hang out with y'all till the Uber gets here now that I'm getting dressed already. Now I'm going to go put on my jewelry. And brush my teeth again. Talk amongst yourselves. Just hold on. Oh, and it was sweet. My neighbor next door messaged me on Mother's Day and told me happy birthday. I was like, that's nice of you. I also got to get something for my sink because it's like draining slow. And Broke's Nose told me if you put, oh shit, what'd she say I had to put in there and it'll fix it right up. There's some liquid she said if you put down the sink, it'll clear it right up. Not Drano. I know about Drano. It's a liquid you wouldn't normally think of. But she goes, it will clear that shit so quick. So I have to figure out what that was. Because I already forgot. Oh, I hear Joe singing. Hold on. Where did I have a spell bottle on a necklace. I can't see. I don't know where I put it. Oh, well. Hold on, y'all. I can't see your comments. Give me a second. I probably will get that Uber driver that has a crush on me again. Hold on. Hold on a second. Yes, I am. Okay. Wait, is that it? No, that's my key necklace. Ow. Sorry, Blue. No, I stepped on the little platform thing. Yep. Yes, y'all hear Blue. Hold on. No, I'm about to come back out. Give me a second. Right, D?
Hello? Are you on the floor?
I'm looking at my computer, ma'am.
On the toilet. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Shelby asked her mom.
What? Do not do that. Mm-mm. Wait a second, y'all. Okay, even Empress connects me, Nicholas, and she could tell you the love both of us had forever for each other. What kind of mother hates their child? What the fuck goes? I'm just. I only know of one mother in our community that does, allegedly, or acts like it. You don't. And like I said, I've connected with that energy. Mm-mm. I'll tell y'all this: Nicholas still go visits his mom all the time. He's still active in their lives. He's still participating. He's still giving them signs. So there's no truth to that he hated anybody. And why would, if Jules did say that, why would she even try to paint him in that light? Like there's something negative about him. But yeah, she barked up the wrong tree saying that about you, Dee. I'm so tired of people using sexuality to make our kids look a certain way, or to make it look like we think any less of our children. Like I said, if anything, if my son had ever been, I would like him more. Actually, it's not possible, but like I am more likely to want to be your friend if you were gay versus straight. Sorry, not sorry. That's my people. They are the best. They are the best of both worlds. He's always. I would drop the link, but I've got I could drop it for a little bit before the Uber gets here if you want. It just won't be long because I'm waiting for them. Like, I'm not going to be here much longer, but I will absolutely, if you want to come up and chat. Because like I said, I'm about not. Oh, so my best friend gave me a spray called Midnight Spill from Bath & Body Works. Smells amazing. Smells so good. Let me get my jewelry. And I got me this new evil eye bracelet, and it's like, it rips everything. It's got this elephant on, like one of the charms is an elephant, and it keeps, y'all know I wear shawls all the time, like those lace shawls. It keeps ripping those. It keeps ripping my new dress when I get it. It keeps getting stuck on everything. But it's so pretty. What else am I looking for? Ah, I found my bottle necklace, my spell bottle necklace. Okay. Now my phone to do the Uber. That's not the phone, that's my mirror. Okay, now I'm done getting ready. Hey, Zeus is back. Sly is coming up. Let me put up an overlay. Oops. Oh, you're not up here. Look, y'all are speaking to the ghost of Sly.
Oh my God.
Okay, I found it.
Seriously?
I fixed it.
Seriously?
Yeah, you're the ghost. Y'all are talking to the black cat that's sitting on the chair.
I'm the ghost. Okay.
Yeah, no one can see you. We can hear you. We just can't see you. Without
No,
a
that's
spirit
a good
box. I
thing.
proved it right there. I'm psychic.
Okay, because I got my shit covered. Okay, I got it all covered.
Hello, Jesus.
Disclaimer.
Hi.
One,
Okay,
I
just
can't
make sure
hear
it's
you
you.
now. Because my speakers have to restart it. So
No, I fixed it so you won't echo no more.
well, I'm on the computer. Oh, I'm on my new computer, bitches. For the
Girl,
ones
my
in the
computer was
business.
glitching so bad. Earlier, I was watching Kendra, and it goes, she said something, she was talking about something on Twitter. She goes, over there on Twitter, and it goes, Twitter. It did that for 20 minutes. I tried to unplug it. I tried to turn it off. I tried to Control-Alt-Delete. I tried to turn the volume all the way down. I tried to exit. I tried to put a new mouse that connected. I put a mouse into the computer to try to use the cursor to close it down. I couldn't do anything to it. It was glitching like a mofo. I was like, I'm going to have to get me a new computer sometime. Yes,
Yeah.
Geneva, they did today. And I'll bet you they'll be back late in the middle of the night again. But anyways, floor is yours.
Nope. Yep. My disclaimer is I'm not fucking Jen's friend. I put a curse on her. I'm a fucking damn witch, bitches. And if I deal with 2 traumas, listen, mofos, it's gonna be open season with your asses.
What the hell?
Okay? So just don't try me. Okay, just
Yep.
leave D my name out of your motherfucking mouth because I ain't fake.
I
No,
get
I'm not.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Who's that tiger? That
Well,
leopard?
apparently, did you hear Jules say that, or just people reaching out to you too and telling y'all?
Oh, that's Jesus. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
I do
I
curses
have
too, but
somebody-
only if the universe agrees. So I'll ask the universe for something. I will explain everything they've done to me. I will explain everything I've tried to get it to stop, and then I'll explain what I would like to happen. And then I'll say it's up to the universe if they agree. And
Well,
then if it happens,
this
it
is
happens.
this is the difference between you and I.
Yeah, you don't give them chances or ask. You just
I've
do it.
already given that warning. Don't egg me on. Leave me the fuck alone. And I don't say it again. And when you least expect it, that's it. If the bitch thinks I haven't put a fucking curse on her, bitch, please, I'm gonna put a darker one.
Oh,
And
shit.
let's see who's gonna win this one.
These are
Okay?
Slide's words, not mine, y'all. She does
That's
different
his
stuff
thing.
than I do.
I like to be left the fuck alone. Do I like to bullshit and joke around? Yeah.
Yeah, but talking about Dee's, well, that's who she's talking about, Miss Liability. Talking about Dee's son, who's no longer with us, who died at a young age and tragically. Yeah, I understand not giving much warning for that. That's the worst thing you could do
and
to a, yeah.
I already did this liability, but now I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to go dark.
Last person I cursed was Muzz.
Well, I did that bitch too, so I mean, hello. But I done the stupid buzzard, and I'm going to take it further. Again, if I address 2 traumas, listen, motherfuckers, it's going to be open season because I'm going to go all dark.
Wait, Slide, have you heard her say anything, or that's what we need to find out for sure she's talking about Dee's son before you do anything. Because there's a lot of people like to stir up trouble just by.
Yeah, I know who it is, and I know what they're saying, and I know who else is involved.
Oh. So
yeah.
you're doing your homework before you just go ham.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And they're bringing up Pierre, too.
Why?
You know,
he's not even in her life.
Well, because they're a bunch of bitches.
Left him and divorced him, people. He was her abusive husband that she got rid of, who put her through hell and back. Why would y'all even bring him up? That's
because
not her
they're
life.
all trying to be gangsters, and they're bitches. They're all gonna get motherfucking stitches.
Allegedly. Don't be saying threats.
Well, that's just a saying, a figure of speech, because I started with
I know, but you gotta clarify.
I like saying the thing. No, they can do the shit themselves. But the other stuff, my religious beliefs, yeah, I take that. They ain't gonna know when the shit's gonna happen. They just don't. But when I did it on Genevieve, she knows it. And people need to start with this shit. You know, D and I would do our own shit. I didn't even know you were live. I didn't get a notification. D was the one that told me because I got you.
Nobody gets notifications because I'm hardly here, and that's my own fault. Nobody else's.
I'm just saying. And I'm on the computer, and I've got D on the phone. You know what I'm saying? D was the one that told me. I was like, what? I said, I didn't get no notification.
No, she came in here, and the first thing she said, which it came out of nowhere, but she says, hold on, let me find it. Let me find Dee's first comment so y'all could catch up. I love Nicholas, Jules. Just shut the fuck up. I didn't care he's pansexual, dumbass. Preach. Said happy birthday. And I said, is that what she's saying? She goes, that's the message I got this evening. I said, are you sure she's saying? She goes, I said, well, what is she saying? She goes, yeah, saying I didn't love my son because he's pansexual, stupid mother effers. which is dumb because again, D is LGBTQIA as well, and that was not the issue. And that, you know, it's so funny. Actually, I obviously don't mean funny in like legit, literally, but how much have we heard her bitch about the Purple People Eater account? And what was the main thing they were doing? Trying to go around to people on YouTube and paint this narrative that D didn't even like her son when he passed, no, whatever, because of his sexuality, which was never true, by the way. But that account was going around trying to get creators and people on YouTube to believe that. And Jules was so against. That's so gross. That's why I called you out, because that's so going, that is going too low. I don't agree with that. But now, supposedly, she's now going around and saying the exact same fucking thing. And 2 years later,
Well,
the skunk,
the drunk skunk, you know, is adding fuel to the fire. Okay, she's so fucking miserable. She might as well just go over the darn. You know what I was about to say. Let your minds do the thinking. Okay. Well, her life stinks.
She was a part of that. She was a part of the Purple People Eater thing. Oh, yep. You got to write it. 18 minutes.
Yep, she was. She was part of the Purple, because that Purple People Eater was contacting me and whatnot. So yeah, that's the whole thing. You know, what they're doing. What we did, we addressed the stuff and then we moved on. And let's just say, Dee asked me to let's just end it, because if you can understand my laughter, what I'm referring to, yeah. Okay. It was just the bitch's lucky day, plain and simple. So we moved on and done our own shit. Okay. That's it. I'm not friends with the mofo. Don't want to be friends with the mofo. And this is the thing. I don't even, you know, why do I have to address this, readdress it, and also address leave fucking D alone. Leave her the fuck alone. Oh, Siva, look at my IG. I made a post. There's another book coming out.
Is there? D. Oh, I need the book. I want all of the books at some point.
Yeah, I put it on IG. Look in the announcement and look under number 21. Okay,
send it to, if me or you can send it to my IG, I'll share it with everybody.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Dee to tell me when is getting ready to
release,
circulate. Yeah, but yeah, it's pretty.
Sometimes I feel like I want to sit down and write a book about all the shit I've been through and like things I experienced, and because people get shit wrong all the time, of course. But like sometimes I feel like maybe I should write a book, because people have asked me before in the past to write a book, especially about the trial and everything. But I don't know any of the steps you go through, and I cannot write things down. I could type, but writing, my hands hurt after just like a paragraph. It hurts. But I don't know. Sometimes I think I should write a book about stuff.
Oh, and my nails, I shortened them down from
about the YouTube shit and everything that I've known that's gone around about my own experiences. Yeah, hold on, my bestie just got here. Give me a second. You talk amongst yourself. I'll be back.
Yeah. Another thing, I filed down my nails. They were about 4 or 5 inches long. So yeah, they were getting on my nerves because I couldn't type on the computer, and I needed to type on the computer. So my nails are short, not completely short, but enough for me to type and everything else. No, I'm working on a script, and that's not easy. So I have to do what I usually do, is just walk away and then get back to it. But once I get that done, it's going to be, let's just say, I already know what I'm going to do with the script. Plain and simple. Hola, Jesus. But yeah. And that's the thing, you know, Dee does her, I do my shit. Am I YouTube? Fuck yeah. I'm watching movies. I'm watching Chinese movies. Okay. Watch a few Korean ones, and I don't find the ones that I like. So hello. Well, there's one that I'm looking for, and they're not on YouTube, and I'm not going on Netflix, okay? Unless somebody gives me an account. Other than that, it ain't happening. And estoy ahí, más o menos. And then but yeah, I watch a few Turkish ones. But I watch Chinese ones because I like it. And then don't like dubbing. I hate that crap. It gets on my nerves. But that's what I spend my time watching them. You know, some have 24 episodes, some have 100 and some odd episodes, and that's what I do. I watch that, and when I wake up, I fall asleep, and when I wake up, and everything else. You know, I am not. I'm taking care of my fur babies. We're traveling. We're doing stuff. You know, I have emergencies that I have to take care of and everything else. And D knows where I'm at. I know where D's at, you know, and everything else. And with that said and done, that's what I do. You know, I'm in very few people's channels. I was in Amber's. I got the alert that she was streaming on YouTube and everything else. Hola, Ana, mi amiga, mi hermana. ¿Cómo andas, mija? No me ha llamado.
Hey, Anna. Hello, Miss Sunshine. Good to see you guys. Sorry, I'm talking to my friend outside while Sly talks. We're talking about party stuff, birthday stuff, so I apologize.
Yeah. Anna, you got to call me. I got to tell you something because I know you're very busy. 'Tis the season for me to make spells or make curses. You know what I'm saying? But yep. And you know, I go out and I'm breathing the fresh air, the sunshine, the moon. When it's chilly, snowy, breezy, I don't like it when it's pouring because that's a pain in my ass. And because I have to hold the umbrella and I have the dogs and everything else. I mean, it's just a can of worms. But my thing is that people just need to leave us out of your motherfucking mouths, bitches. Okay? Because
Okay, sorry about that,
I'm
y'all.
not playing games. Okay? I am not playing games.
Miss Anna, happy belated Mother's Day. You sent me a message. Where?
And belated birthdays. And belated birthday, because her birthday was last month.
Happy belated birthday, Anna. Long time no see. Oh, girl, Miss Anna, you've been accused of some shit, girl. They're legend. I don't know if you heard this. So I'm telling you now. They're alleging that you reached out to, you know whose daughter, and told her about the shit the mother was doing online, and it was so bad to the point that she started having seizures and putting the unborn child at risk. That's what they are accusing you of. Do I believe it? Not for a second. I don't believe you did that.
Well, that's a lie because Anna didn't do that.
Yeah, I don't believe she did that. I don't think she would do that. She's been trying to protect you from that person.
I know exactly what Anna does.
I know, but I forgot who went around saying it. Shh, don't. Hey, no, you can't talk when I'm on this thing. You don't see certain.
See, even Anna said no. She didn't say that. Slide in and out is change recipe. Well, I don't have my speaker because I have to restart the computer so I could reconnect my wireless speaker. And I'm not going to connect the microphone either because I'm just not going to. So my voice should be not as loud because I'm not near the I'm not in the base of the computer either. Huh?
This is the first time I've seen Anna since it was alleged. That's why I wanted to ask her and give her a chance to clear it up for our community, because it's been a doozy, and that's something that's been said for weeks now. And I just don't think you would ever do that. So I'm glad you got a chance to clear it up for everybody.
No. I can say Anna has not done it. You see, there's not too many people that I can say that. when I'm not confident or I don't know them well enough. And I didn't do it. You know, they have no content. And that's the whole thing. Why don't you do crime? Allegedly, one was supposed to do crime. Allegedly, one's supposed to do rescues. Okay, yeah, don't know shit. And then the other one was supposed to do medical. Yeah, medical is drunk as a skunk. You know, and you got a combination of hoes, hoes. Merry
Almost
Christmas.
knocked over my drink. Oh hell! I guess it would help if I had my purse. That would help.
Yeah, that'd be a smart thing.
I don't know where the hell I put it.
I can't help you unless you put it under on the edge of the bed,
Where did I?
or unless you have it on the nightstand dresser.
Dude, like I'm like starting to freak out, girl. Well, we went somewhere this weekend, so I had it, but where is it?
No, I change purses.
Well, I got it out. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to freak out, and the Uber's gonna be here before long.
Yep.
Shit on a stick. Where did I put it? Oh, that's right. My mom asked me to found it. My mom told me to look at my ID to make sure that I could fly to go visit, because they're like, oh, now to fly on to the airport, you have to have a real ID. You can't use your regular ID. I was like, I do have a real ID. She goes, nope, it has a star in the left hand corner, or it's not a real ID. So I had to get it out and look, and it's for like it's got the star, so I can fly on a plane.
Listen, I drive. Okay.
Well, I can't, and you know that. So I have to take Ubers or transportation everywhere. But my mom and dad are coming to visit. They're going to be visiting for a week. We're going to go visit my aunt. Then we're all driving back to Texas. And then we're going to stay there for a few weeks. I'm not going to say how long. And then she's paying for me and Princess to fly back, or however we want to get back. I haven't decided we're going to do the Greyhound or fly, just because of that whole FAA fiasco that's going on right now. So we're going to be flying back, possibly.
You see that? That's why I don't. No. That's why I don't.
To have one of my best friends from Texas come back with us to stay a week.
No. D. Anna says, "What's up?" Anna says, "What's up?" Oh, okay. But yeah, like I said, I got D on the phone. I got her in my ear.
I just hate that D has been gone from so much, like everything, and she's now getting pulled back in and by the worst things ever. Like, I hate that she's minding her own business and someone's messaging her saying, Jules is talking about your son, even though y'all should show D when her son's being mentioned. Obviously, she has a right to know. I just hate that that's what she's being reached out to about. And hate that that's the level they're going to talk about her when she hasn't done anything to anybody. Just because she supports Jen, who cares? A lot of us support Jen. She has changed. And yeah, y'all are driving her back to a bad space. And y'all think it's funny, and it's not. It's not nothing funny about it, because again, we could all look at Jen's videos from 6 months ago, a year, like 9 months ago, and see the energy she came back with versus where she's at now. And y'all completely try to ruin her, and you're trying to take away all the good things she's changed. Like, she's changed, and you're trying to take away all the compliments she's made and all the, like, how she's been doing so great with her therapy and being focused on Clint and cleaning the house and cooking. She's doing all the things we all bitched about that she wouldn't do back then. And y'all are now complaining about more things just because she don't like you now, or y'all don't like her because you couldn't control her anymore. That is crazy. We all used to complain how, why doesn't she clean? Why doesn't she cook? Why does she spend time with Clint? Why doesn't she do this? Why doesn't she do crap? Like, all that. And she's doing it. And now y'all are still trying to ruin. You're taking all of those good things from her. You're like, if she would just not talk about us, we wouldn't say anything. That's you, Jules. You were on the same boat. If she would not talk about us, we wouldn't say anything. If she wouldn't lie, we wouldn't say anything. If she would just focus on good things, we would not say anything. And now she's doing all that, and everybody's on board, but you aren't. But now you're like, no, that's not good enough. We couldn't control her. We only, cheered on everything she did for 5-6 months, and told everybody what a great person she was, and told everybody how much she changed, and told everybody all the good things she's going to be doing with her channel. But the first stream that she set up to go live, You go in there and you couldn't control her because Habanero and whoever else went in there. That's all it took. And all of a sudden, she's the worst thing to exist. She's not changed at all. She's the same person she was 2 years ago. She's still doing all those things to Clint, all that good things you had to say about her for 6 months is all erased because you couldn't control her. And you're taking away, again, everything that she was happy about. Doing the plates, as you said, the wreaths that she was making, the ornament ball she was making. How did that affect you negatively anyway? It didn't. But now she doesn't do that anymore. Now she's getting to the point she doesn't want to cook anymore. Now she's getting to the point she doesn't want to play games anymore. Now she's getting to the point she doesn't want to go live anymore. And guess what? You're still going to talk shit even if she doesn't. You're still going to talk shit if she's in chat supporting us.
And this is the thing, Siwa.
Pisses me off.
The yellow cab is just sitting in the chair.
Mm-hmm.
How much are we weighing? How much is yellow cab weighing? Okay.
What's yellow cab?
I'm just saying.
Is that Jules? Wait. Is that who that is? Hold on, quick video.
Yellow cab.
And the truth shall set you free, motherfuckers. And there it is. And there it is.
My oh my. And yeah, same M to the B. They were so pissed in the moment. Oh, she's on live all the time. She just needs to get off, not be live so much. She needs to be working. And I do all that. And you're pissed in the moment. She's never here. So? And then, but now that Jules doesn't want to be here too much because she's got this imaginary boyfriend who we all pretty sure we know who he is. Now that she's got that and she's barely here, now she's like, I'm just living my life. So what? It doesn't mean anything. I don't have to be here every day. But you said I had to be here if I wanted to talk about things. You said I couldn't come back unless I watched every single thing that every little person says and does. But now that you're MIA because you're enjoying life like regular people do, now you could disappear whenever you want and nobody can say anything about it. Don't work that way.
I call bullshit.
I say this, Jules, when you do come back, don't talk about nothing I said over here. You have no right. You weren't here. Don't say nothing about what George has been talking about on Savages. You weren't here. You have no right to talk about it. Don't be all up in the Kool-Aid. Don't know the flavor because you're not watching and stalking everybody's every move or because you're not living your every moment online. You can't speak about things when you do decide to come share a little time with people on YouTube and see how pissed off you get, how quickly you'll get irritated and want to call people out for the ignorance that is, that you can't be here unless you're here all the time. Hell no.
Listen,
most people know how to put priorities in order.
Listen,
and YouTube is not one.
She's got fictitious. She's got other YouTube accounts. Okay?
She's got one called Moonblink_38, and I've already been pissed about that because 38 is my dad's racing card number. That's sentimental to me. It's sentimental to my family. We all use 38. Like when I played volleyball, I used 38. When I played basketball, I used 38. My brother, when he played football, he used 38. When my sister did sports, she used 38. It's a family number. So for Jules to be that fucking crazy to be using Moonblink_38 because I put 38 in a lot of my social media accounts is crazy. And is bullshit because again, would you be okay with me getting a number that's sentimental to your family, especially your dad, and putting it in my accounts to fuck with you? I don't think you'd be too happy with that. So like I said, keep the moon blinked. I don't care. Take off the 38.
Well, you already know what she's gonna say. So what the fuck?
Well, then I'm gonna keep bitching about it every time.
She's a freaking jealous individual. Okay, life stinks on her, just like the skunk drunk. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah. I mean,
D, you've been doing great. Don't worry about it.
That's my opinion. And I haven't been corrected. Okay? I have not been corrected. So yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, the Uber's gonna be here in 5 minutes, and I still gotta lock the door and go outside. I will talk to y'all later, though. D, keep me and Slide, keep me posted if you hear anything else. If y'all ever need a platform to come speak about anything, D or Slide, y'all know just to ask. And Jesus, it's good to have you. I'm sorry it dropped you, bud. I don't know why it did it. But Jesus, it's good to see you. It's good to see Selena's and Coins and Little Miss Sunshine and all my bushwashing people my replay crew. It's good to see everybody and I appreciate it. Real deal. It's good to see you. Thank you for the comments and the replay crew as well. And again, time to take Princess shopping for her B-Day. So I will be doing that.
Hey, folks, why don't you just start doing Christmas shopping now? It gives you something, than getting into the.
I can't
fuckery,
afford
right?
Christmas shopping and birthday shopping, okay? I still got to take her to go do things this weekend with her friends.
Well,
And that's not going to be cheap. So I got to do all that. But like I said, the
no,
people sent
that's
money
for the
today.
other.
Michelle sent money.
Those are for the.
And then
Listen,
Rose sent
that's
money
for the
last.
other ones. Those are for the other ones that are into the fuckery and starting shit where there ain't none. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what the thought process was behind talking about Dee's family situation. And again, the only thing they could say she did is she went on Jen's panel a long time ago, like a few weeks ago. So what?
No, a few months ago. Yeah, and then I went, and then issues with StreamYard, and then I was on the phone, and there was an issue with the connection there because I heard the replay, and I was like, oh my God.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad that you and Jen are talking, honestly, because
No,
I know that y'all had a
you know what?
history.
She called me, but I done told her, bitch,
Girl,
there's no friendship. That's
not
what the
friendship. I mean, just being cordial, like just get along for everybody else's. You know what I mean? It's you just not.
Well, she called me out of the blue and everything else, and so yeah, my thing is that you know I need to have to put a disclaimer because y'all think I've gone back on my word. We're besties. No, bitch. When she
No, I know you're
did what
not.
she did, and I went ahead and I said, that's it. I've lost respect. And the whole 9 yards. She's not my friend. When I did put a curse on her, I did. I meant it, and it's
I know you
still
did
there.
a lot.
I
Well,
ain't
a few
taking
people
it
did.
back. I ain't
But the
taking
curse
it
was,
back.
it wasn't a curse. It was something to help. What we did, well, some of the other witches did. We did stuff to help her so she would get, it's all that other shit would come to a stop.
Well, mine's is different. I meant
I got to
everything.
get going. They're a mile away. I got to get going.
All right, bye.
All right, bye, girl.
Guys, take
All right.
care. Yeah, later, Gabe.
Bye, everyone. I'll talk to y'all later.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded?